Turn that shit up, Mike.
bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more.
His brain's gone, nigga.
It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting.
We really hit it, nigga.
We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals.
Break that shit down, nigga.
AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split 'em. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner.
5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple off straight go. I got them all, you don't want no. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can just leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can just squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding.
What's up, everybody? Shout out to my man, Iconic Canadian. Peace and blessings, King. Terrell Davis, peace and blessings, King. Philly Bull, 91, peace and blessings, King. LaMarcus Robinson, peace and blessings, King. EB Sweatlock, peace and blessings, King. The Emperor of the Light Skinned Guys, A1 Hoop Zone, peace and blessings, King. AJ 64, peace and blessings, King. Ariana, peace and blessings, Queen. Most doubt, most doubt. All things. We beat you here today, all things. Peace and blessing, King. Yeah, we beat my man, all things today. He must didn't get the. Hey, don't feel bad, all things. We just found out when KQ said he was getting off. So, you still the first one in, last one out, big dog. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody going? Key says she'll be here in a little bit. So we can get it going before then. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. Anybody want to hop up before then? Yeah, we talked about them fights yesterday, but I'm gonna tell you about something funny that happened as well. It was between Devin, Tank, and Shakur. It was very funny. I'm gonna just speak on it, but then we're gonna go into it later when Key get here. But last night, Devin was watching the Shakur fight. And when he was watching the Shakur fight, he started tweeting. Y'all know how the boys be getting Twitter fingers. So Devin, he put out a tweet and said, I was being too generous. Maybe I should have gave this bum 10%. That's what Devin said last night. And after he said that, Tank at him last night was like, you better be lucky I don't give you 10%. And when he said that, Devin got missing. It was funny though. I was like, wow. Devin tried to troll Shakur, and it was like Tank came to his rescue. It was funny though. But we're gonna cook on that right there later. But he shut Devin down. Devin thought he was about to have a party last night. But the only thing I don't understand is Devin talking crap and complaining. Hell, him and Shakur fight similar. Really? The only difference is Shakur doesn't clinch as much. But I went back and looked at that fight. In the second round, De Los Santos caught Shakur with a shot that bent them over. From the trajectory of that shot, it honestly looked like that uppercut went through Shakur's body and hit his shoulder. That's what it looks like. I'm not sure. I just know he bent over after that. Oh yeah, his handlers probably told him to take it down, but he left it up there long enough for Devin to read it, bullet, and Devin stopped commenting after that too. If we're gonna tell it, let's tell it all. Yeah, he told him that, and the dude stopped tweeting after that. So the point was made. And Tank, he known for tweeting and deleting, but he got his point out. He at that nigga, and he told him what it was. So for me, I'm like, yeah, the point was made. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, y'all. Hey, Stanky. Stank. Come here, baby boy. I need you to do daddy a favor, okay? Aquaflex, my guy. Peace and blessings, King. Now, I told y'all yesterday, Abdullah Mason was gonna get that dude out of here in less than 3. Well, I was wrong. it was 2. And I'm glad because I got money on it. Because I knew it wasn't going to go. And guess what? That 50, it was plus 900. D for the win. Salute. He sent that nigga to the upper room. Yes, he did. Yes, he sent that man to the upper room. And like I said, I had 50 on round 1, 50 on round 2, and well, I ain't gonna lie, I had 100 on round 3 because I thought he was going to round 3. So I spent 200. I made 450. Yes, sir. Who you talking about, A1? I tell you one thing though, boy. I could, hey, Abdul Mason, that man disguised them shots, man. D for the win. That man, he did exactly what I told y'all he'd do. The boy is solid. Like, and people don't realize how great Abdullah Mason is. And I can already tell you that the boy is S class already. His ceiling, he's like Naruto. You know what I'm saying? He don't have no ceiling. Hey, Jannar Hill, if you want to check it out, right, go to my page right now, Jannar Hill. He did it in the second round. But go to my page and look at the shorts. I got both knockdowns on it. I got the knockdown, then I got the finisher. He knocked him down in the first round. He finished him in the second round. And I also got the knockout of the year on there too, Emilio Vargas. That was knockout of the year. Emilio Vargas, he also knocked the guy down in the first round and then finished him in the second. And that was a step-up fight for Emilio Vargas and Abdullah Mason. Both of them was fighting undefeated fighters. And well, Abdullah Mason guy had a no contest and a draw, but he still didn't have a O. I mean, one in the L column. But man, yeah. Somebody get which fight you talking about, Dexter Farquhar? I know you ain't talking about the Mason or the Vargas fight, sir. Shout out to my guy Richard Paris. Peace and blessings, King. But yeah, if anybody want to hop up Prince Keegan on, just let me know. I'll drop the link back down. But yeah. Abdullah Mason showing perfect timing, and he's getting better each fight. The man is getting better each fight. Nah, Jannar Hill, I'm talking about right here on YouTube. But yeah, I got a IG page, but I'm talking about on my page here on YouTube. I got it up there. See, I was able to turn it into a short, so I didn't get copyrighted for it. Shorts you don't get copyrights for. You know it, Richard Paris. You know it. But let's not tell everybody. You feel me? Oh yeah. Salute Zulu Line, peace and blessing. Thrill Hill. Ain't seen my guy in a long time. Peace and blessings, King. Yeah, but you know, A1, you know, he got handlers, and you know, they be telling him to get that shit down. You feel me? Because I heard he wasn't the only one in control of that account. So, you know, they see something they don't like, they'll take it down so they can stop him from messing himself up. You feel me? Because he has a habit of posting stuff that ain't good with the PR team. And they would have said that he was antagonizing and all this. You know how the damn trolls will do. You feel me? But a lot of people, they talking about Shakur's performance. No bullying. Excuses what Shakur gave last night. Like, he gave an excuse last night. I'm not giving you an excuse. I'm talking about a multi-millionaire who has a brand. Now, when your guy gets like that, he'll have people doing that. Bullet is not about being scary. He said what he said. He stopped your guy from talking. I mean, he said it. Just like when your guy gets into a different tax bracket, it's going to be people that monitors what he say. You feel me? That's in all industries. When you get a certain tax bracket, people monitor what you say. And I'm just being honest. Anybody that knows. That's just how they do it. They censor you. But yeah, like what I was saying about Abdullah Mason. Like the boy, he's coming into his own. And like honestly, it's not really too many people at 135 that could touch that man right now. I would like to see him in there. Well, I know he ain't gonna fight no Keyshawn, but I would like to see him fight like hell. Eastside Pitbull Cruz would be a good name for him. Ariana, he talking about because Tank deleted the tweet, but he at that man. He let him know like, boy, you better be lucky if I don't give you 10%. So the message had been said. He made sure that the message was said. And like he said, everybody business, their business ain't everybody's business. He made sure Buddy Rose seen what he said because he wouldn't have added him if he didn't. Now, he took it down. The point has been made. You feel me? Because he knew that was going to start a lot of internet gossip. But what he said got said. They say it ain't real unless you at somebody. Honestly, Bullet, I'm just keeping it real like what I would do, right? If me and you got a problem, I'll tell you we got a problem, right? But I'm not going to sit there and hash it out in front of everybody. I'm just going to let you know. So when we get somewhere where it's just me and you, then you know. You feel me? Like it might be people that see when I let you know. But when it's action, it's action. Yeah, Richard Paris, because Manny Pacquiao was the same height as Tank. So, okay. Frequent flyer, salute. Yes, sir. That's my package right there. So what's going on? Thank you, sir. It's dropped right there.
Right here's good.
Yeah, thank you, sir. All righty. All right. But like, I don't understand these guys for real. Like, Top Rank got all these young killers up there. A fight that I know that won't get made, but will probably be a hell of a fight. Now it won't be probably a hell of a fight. It'll be the Tank versus Shakur fight of them. Brock Howard, salute. I would like to see Emilio Vargas versus Abdullah Mason. That would be a banger. Because Emilio Vargas, the guy that he just beat, was 6-0 on a five knockout streak. What's up, King?
Hey, Upper, what's going on, bro?
Oh, what's up, humble servant? Not
What's
much,
going
bro.
on? Did you watch the fight last night with Shakur?
Yes, sir. See, I thought you was somebody else. If I'd have known you was different, I would have been there and wrenched you up. I thought you was King.
No, you good, bro. You good. I just found your channel from somebody shouted you out last night.
KQKC.
KQ, yeah, KQ.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And the fight last night, man, I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
Yeah, you did. You just don't remember.
Who fought like that before?
You don't remember when he fought Jeremiah Nakatilia?
Oh, see, I didn't watch the Nakatani fight. I just heard about it. This is my first time
Nah,
watching
not
Shakur a full
not the
fight.
Nakatani, not the Nakatani. I'm talking about the Nakathila. You
Nakathila, yeah, the
you know
African guy.
it's a Nakatani and it's a Nakathila. You know Nakathila, that's the one that knocked out Burchett. The one that
Okay.
Oscar Valdez struggled with, Burchett.
Yep.
Yeah, that's who
Yeah.
Nakatilia knocked out. But you remember Nakatilia had Shakur like that the whole fight after Shakur felt this power.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. People was on the forums talking about how he was running from the for old dude, but I never watched the fight.
But see,
So
to be honest though, right? You know, what is boxing?
hit and not get hit.
Okay, it's called the sweet science, right?
Yep.
And what was Shakur doing?
That was I don't know what that was, but man, I've seen the sweet science. Let's look at comparison between Boots, Ennis,
Okay,
and the
compare
Floyd Mayweather.
okay, Boots. Which Floyd? Money Floyd
Oh, Pretty Boy. Pretty
or
Boy.
Pretty Boy? Okay, Pretty
Pretty
Boy.
Boy. Now
I'm about to say that's
look
the only ones we can compare because Money
look at the
made.
fight that Boots had with Villa, Roman Villa. Villa was a big puncher. You know what I mean?
So you about to bring up the Gotti fight, right?
That Gotti fight. I'm looking at really the current fight, like Roman Villa and Boots. Dangerous fighter, big puncher.
I'm talking about for the
Boots.
Floyd fight. Which Pretty Boy Floyd
Oh,
fight you gonna bring up?
Corrales, Diego Corrales.
Oh, Chico. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that Chico fight. So Shakur in there with a dangerous puncher 2 times, and he displays none of the skills that we saw when Boots was fighting Villa. Meaning Boots didn't back down from Villa. Boots went in there to take that boy out of there.
But you want me to
So
tell
you
you
got to.
another thing? Let me tell you another thing
Mm-hmm.
about that Ramon Villa fight, right? If you remember 3 months before that, right? Ramon Villa fought Rashidi Ellis, right?
Yep, I saw that fight.
Do you remember the first 9 rounds of the fight? Rashidi
Mm-hmm.
Ellis was doing everything that Boots was doing. Rashidi Ellis was beating that man to a pulp. So it shows you Ramon Villa doesn't have a defense. Rashidi Ellis was beating him from pillar to post for 9 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta also remember Rashidi Ellis, he beat
Rocha.
Alexis Rocha on Golden Boy. So you know
Mm-hmm.
Golden Boy put him on the shelf for 2 years, right? And then
Yep.
when Rashidi finally got a fight, you know that fight didn't last but a couple seconds when he fought for the PBC when he came up off the shelf. So he
Mm-hmm.
didn't really get he really didn't get no ring experience off of that right there. Like, you know, he still was ring rusty. Like his stamina wasn't up. Like if you ain't fought in damn 2 years, you can't expect to go out there and shoot. If you ain't practicing 2 years, you can't expect to go out there and knock down 3-pointers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, he went out there against Ramon Villa. He was using his lateral movement and he was pounding that man. Like he was hitting that man with some clean knockout shots. But the man got a beard. You see, it took Boots to the late half of the fight to put that man down. The man could take punishment. And Rashidi Ellis ran out of gas. He ran out of gas versus Villa.
Mm-hmm.
And Villa knocked him down twice. Like Rashidi won that fight 9-3, plus the 2 knockdowns. So really 9-6. It could have been 9-5, 9-6, basically, because the 2 knockdowns, right?
I had Villa winning from, let's say, 7 onward with the 2 knockdowns. That gave him either a 2-point or 3-point win over Rashidi. But
You
that
might
was
want to
Rashidi's fight to lose.
But you might want to go back and watch it because Rashidi didn't start gassing out until the 8th. He still was landing the more telling blows. He was controlling the ring. But when the beginning of the 9th round started, the man was gassed. Like the eighth round was the closest round between them two. And matter of fact, you could swing the 8th round either way because they was.
Mm-hmm.
But I gave that to Rashidi. So matter of fact, it was 8-4 without the 2 knockdowns. And so Rashidi was gassed when the 9th round started, and that's when Villa started coming on. I think he dropped him in the 10th or 11th twice. But that's
Yep,
when
I think it was 11th. I think it was
KO
11th round he
boxing
dropped.
salute, King. I'm
What's
gonna
up,
drop
Kyle?
the link in case you want to hop up here, KO. But yeah, so Rashidi started getting tired, and that's when my man made his move. And when he made his move, you know, they felt like Rashidi showed vulnerability. So, you know, and plus, you know, they feel like, you know, the different race boxing sells more than black on black boxing, to be honest. And we just gonna be real about it. So, you know, they gave Villa the win. And it's set up for a dangerous fight with Boots. This man done dropped Rashidi twice. Rashidi was supposed to be Boots' contemporary, supposed to be the man that's not scared of the boogeyman. And you see, Vila wasn't scared, and he has knockout power. So they set that fight up. So
But
Boots
you
going
can you
so Boots
let me
going into that fight versus Ramon Vila, he was the overwhelming favorite for one.
but you
Floyd
can
going
see the
into that fight,
difference.
I know, but Floyd going into that fight versus Chico Corrales, Floyd was the underdog.
Correct.
Floyd was the underdog. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Boots was the overwhelming favorite. So that's what I'm saying. When you comparing them two fights, you got to remember that too.
Well, Shakur was
Plus,
the favorite against Santos. I'm just looking at the
you said
skill
what?
level. Like Shakur was the favorite to beat Santos.
Yeah,
So I'm looking at the skill level. You look at the future of boxing. You look at Boots, you look at Shakur, and you look at
Abdullah
Devin
Mason.
Haney.
You want to look at Abdullah Mason too? I've been telling people, me and KO been telling people about Abdullah Mason
I missed that fight.
since his second fight. I got him and I got Emilio Vargas on my page in the shorts. I got both knockdowns and a knockout on the page
I'm
on
gonna
this
check it
page
out.
right here. Yeah, and when you're done, make sure you type in the chat so I can rinse you up too. But
All
go
right.
ahead, let me hear what you got to say, bro.
Now the future of boxing. When you look at Shakur, you look at Rashidi, you look at Boots, you look at Javante, you look at the guys who's gonna be leading boxing for the next 5 years. Boots is to me head and shoulders above all of them dudes
I say
from a
Boots.
skill level.
I say Boots and David Morrell because David Morrell's skills
Yeah,
is that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I'm gonna tell you
yeah.
like this. You might say that, but you got to throw Abdullah Mason in there. You got to realize this man taking grown men out. And he's only 19, and his skills is so sublime. You see what happened when he was against a top-notch competitor last night. The man, he disguised his shots well. The man is never in danger. He has patience of a 40-0 fighter.
Mm. I'm gonna check him out. I'm gonna check him out for sure. Um, but that fight last night, I was like, yo, this dude cannot be the future of boxing because you got to be able to go in there and take a guy out at a high level. You got to be able to go in there and clearly beat him, not just throwing a jab and running away. Like that was to me, that was an embarrassing performance for somebody to call himself a champion in 3 weight classes. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was lackluster. It was lackluster. Like I would have wanted him to engage more, 'cause especially when he told us after the Nakathila fight that he was not gonna fight like that no more. How he was gonna stand in the fire, but hey, maybe he felt something that he wasn't used to. Maybe, like I told y'all before, the African Richardson Hitchison, he already told people that this fight is a 50-50 fight. He told people that De Los Santos got serious power. Like, Zapata is one of the hardest hitters at 140. And Richardson
Mm-hmm.
Hitchison said that De Los Santos hits as hard as Zapata. Now you gotta realize Richardson Hitchison fought Zapata in them 8 ounces. He sparred with De Los Santos in 16 ounces. So that's telling you something about that man's power. And Shakur felt it. Like I said, when he hit Shakur in the second round and doubled him over, I think he messed up something. I think he messed up his body and his shoulder. Because you see he wasn't throwing that punch that down that
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he wasn't throwing it no more. Remember, he doubled over.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, so I think De Los Santos hit him with some serious stuff.
Mm. So, what do you think about the rematch between Spence and Crawford? Do you want to see that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It was too many variables that was wrong with the first one. Some people came out and said the man couldn't spar for 5 weeks because of the rib injury. Like, we all knew that wasn't Spence. And see, I hate when people think that Bud is leagues above Spence, especially if you sit back and look before the fight happened. A lot of people was choosing Spence because we know what we see. Like, your eyes don't lie. It can be tricks can be
Correct.
played on it, but it don't lie. We know how we seen Bud against his opponents. We know how we seen Spence against his opponents. We know what we can see. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, Spence did himself a disservice. Like I said earlier, you can't sit on the bench for 2 years and think you're gonna come out and shoot jumpers. The man
Correct.
did himself a disservice by not taking another fight in between. And like, you gotta realize the man is 33 years old. Most
Yep.
fighters he's been in the welterweight division for over 12 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most fighters been in their second or third division by then. And y'all
Correct.
people forget Earl Spence came in the game at 155. he was fighting at 152, then he broke down to welterweight. So the man
Hmm.
has impeccable discipline to sit there and make that weight for that long. Like he grew out the division. Like Floyd said, Earl will be best at 160, 168. Earl's a big guy, and
That's what I'm thinking. 160, 168 is where he should be fighting at. Like it's,
that's what his
I don't
body.
know.
But I'm gonna tell you like this: people like to fight in the premier divisions, like the 135, the 127, the 147, the 160, the 175. Those are premier divisions. You got divisions like the 130, the 140, the 154, the 168. These are BS divisions. Basically, these divisions that was added to the boxing. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Considered the marquee divisions. So that's why Sean Porter went down to 147. Like fighters at 140, they're too heavy for 135 and they're not good enough for 147 or not
Right.
big enough for 147. And that's the way I feel about all the middle divisions. And Earl knew the big money was in 147. Look at him. He the big fish. He man got 17 minutes.
Man, that dude looks sick in that fight, man. How you look smaller than the guy coming up from 135?
Exactly. When you get older, weight loss takes a different toll on your body. And the man was, hey, he couldn't rehydrate properly.
You remember the De La Hoya Pacquiao fight where De La Hoya tried to come down to 147 to fight
Yes.
Pacquiao?
And that was a dumbass thing for De La Hoya. You see, he paid the price. He paid the price. Oscar De La Hoya was always a big welterweight. The man was like 5'10", 5'11".
Hmm.
And like as he got older, he should never try to do that. But it was a money grab for Oscar. And
That's why I
people,
feel like the Spence fight was a money grab. Like he
yeah,
knew.
it was a money grab, and he told us. At first, he used to be talking about, being the first welterweight undisputed was a legacy. That's what he wanted to do. But if you remember when he was talking to Brian Custer, he said, and he was like, "Yes, Spence. You said this was a legacy. This is what you wanted to do." And Spence was like, "I didn't say that. I'm doing it for the money." And when he said that right there,
Oh,
I
okay.
knew he had problems. Then I was like, "Damn, he doing it for the money." If people don't remember, he was willing to fight Manny Pacquiao with one eye. They was telling him, they was like, "Look, Spence, you could lose that eye." My man said, "I got another one." See, you got to realize, man, these fighters, like we've said, 99.2% of all boxers never receive $1 million for a fight. You got
Mm.
that 0.08% that does. And you gotta realize these boxers, they gotta feed their families. And like I say, championships don't feed your families, but it helps increase your product and it helps
Yeah,
increase
that's true.
your price.
That's
Like
true.
that's what I'm saying. So when these fighters, like football players, they play injured. Basketball, like different sports athletes, you are an athlete. You train to ignore pain. You train to be at your best, to be a physical machine. So you think they're gonna try to stop because he has a little daggone injury? Nah, I'm gonna fight through that injury. And oh yeah, let me let my I'm sorry, Key, go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. Can you hear me?
Salute, Teach. Yeah, we can hear you, Key.
Hey, shout out to you guys. Shout out to
Yep.
Humble
How's it
Servant.
going? How you doing?
Um, I'm good. How are you doing today?
Doing great.
Good. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the chat. Frequent Flyer, Teach, Bullet, Jay Grant, Queen Ariana. How you doing? How you doing, Queen? Zulu. Let's see. KO. Shout out to you, KO. Jermaine Wood. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to KO's channel.
Oh yeah, make
So
sure you do that.
yes. Shout out to everybody that was in KQKC's live last night. It was lit. Shout out to everybody that had lives last night, man. What are you guys are discussing? Crawford and Spence.
Nah,
Yeah, that's
he's discussing Shakur and how he
yeah,
looked.
that's Shakur. How you look?
Well, we talked about it last night during our post commentary fight. I'm not really understanding. Like I said, I thought defensively he put on a great show because I was able to see his footwork, his defense against a power fighter. You know what I'm saying? A boxer puncher. Um, I was I was surprised. He did give some good counters, but I was surprised of how he did it because I went back and rewatched it. And he missed a lot of openings. He wasn't as aggressive as his last couple fights. And I think that the next showing will be better. Everybody's entitled to have a bad night. Um, but I was a little surprised at the offensive performance. But I thought defensive. I mean, let's not get it twisted. Shakur still beats a lot of people in that division. Do not get it from 135 to 140. Don't ever get that twisted. He still runs through them. That's why I always had him at number 2. But I want to emphasize the point that I made a few weeks ago and what I continue to make. I said he needs a Edwin De Los Santos. He needs a Frank Martin. He needs um, a Maritala. He needs these fighters on his resume, not because he's not good, but if you're going to go up against a Tank Davis, in my opinion, I have him. Um, I think I have Tank ranked number 3 right now for my pound for pound, just on the skill sets alone and what I've been able to see this man do for 10 years now, at least really 5, but really study him for the past 5 years. Um, you got to have these type of fighters to give you these type of looks, because Tank is going to give you those type of looks. He's going to fight you. He's way quicker than Edwin De Los Santos. He's way patient. Edwin, there was a few times when Edwin was impatient during there and got agitated. Um, so Tank is not like that. Tank is a whole different animal. You know what I'm saying? He's going to make you come for him. We've seen that with Ryan. We've seen that with Barrios. It's like a brain thing he does in that ring. I can't. Him and Boots do it very well, where they're able to bait their opponents in mentally with their fighting style. And I just don't think right now, if Shakur and Tank was to be announced for a March fight, um, Tank will be a 5-6 to 1 favorite. I'm saying, and this is coming from someone, I got Shakur number 2. Like, that's my dude. You know what I'm saying? I like Shakur. I think defensively he did great yesterday, but he got to work on some things in order to get in there with a Tank. And I think the most jarring part of it, I think he was in his head too much last night. I think everything, it was just a lot going on up there mentally, where it just didn't translate into the ring, and he had an off performance offensively. Because defense, he did well to me. I don't see, the objection of the game is to not get hit. He didn't. But at the same time, for the whole fight, I think the rate was 40 punches connected or something like that, which was outrageous to me. I'm like, yo, this was one of the lowest outputting performances in boxing. You know what I'm saying? But I see why. If you watch it, you will see the defense that was on display. And Shakur was clearly sharper than Edwin, but he has to be more aggressive. He has to attack. He can't let power punchers back him up like that into a corner, to where he don't know what to do with it and fight. But one thing I will say is that he fought composed. I didn't see too many errors in his game. You know what? Shakur is a tactical fighter. You know what I'm saying? And so he's not going to slip up and make that many mistakes. But can he do that from what I seen last night? Um, who do I have between the Tank versus the Shakur? I've been telling y'all, I'm going to keep telling y'all, Tank. Until they get them people on their resumes to floss up their skills, Tank gonna run through them boys. And I mean that respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, respectfully. I'm just trying to get them some looks to where they can at least make it a fight. You know what I'm saying? Go 12 with the man. Isaac was able to go to Pitbull Cruz was able to go 12 with Tank, because he had that high guard up. It's hard to get
Because
in
Tank
there.
broke his hand. That's
Yeah,
why.
and he also, yes, I was just about to say that. And he also had a broken hand. He wasn't able to, do the shots that he's normally able to make. But for
His
part
shoulder
2,
did
if
too.
there's a part 2, yeah, and if there is a part 2, to 7 to 9, Pitbull Cruz is up out of there. But yeah, that's all I got. What do you guys have to
Yeah,
say about
that's
that?
a good breakdown. I mean, that was my first Shakur fight. So I've heard about Shakur since he came out of the Olympics, and I haven't watched any of his fights fully. So this is my first time actually looking at a full Shakur fight. I've looked at Boots fights. I looked at Javante's fights. I looked at those 3 fighters, but I compare them. Shakur is levels below them because he doesn't have the offensive. He don't have the dog in him like those
He
other 2
didn't
fighters
engage.
have.
He wouldn't engage, and that's another thing. If a fighter don't engage, then the punch output will be a lot lower.
Yeah.
Because see, you got to have a fighter. Both of them, it seemed like both was trying to counter each other. And see, sometimes
Yep.
in a fight, you need somebody that's willing to put themselves in the fire. Somebody that's willing to damn engage. Somebody who's
Hold on,
willing.
1 second. Upper, not to cut you off. Teach. What do you, King? Yes, he does. Teach said, Tank don't use as many feints like Santos either. Shakur won't react the same way fighting Tank. Tank is a masterful feint. What fights do y'all be watching with Tank? Because some of the stuff y'all be saying have me
Tank
scratching my
does all
head.
types of
No, he
things.
does you. He throws feints. I've seen Tank literally in there act like he was hurt just to get the opponent off off his
He
square.
knocked
Called him.
he knocked Santa Cruz out with the feint. With the
Ex-
he fainted that left, got Santa Cruz the bait on it and knocked him out. So I don't know what that guy talking about.
He fainted against Barrios. He fainted with
Yep.
Barrios. Barrios shot that jab out, and Tank slid up under that jab and knocked him smooth down with that over,
Yep.
and then hit him with a shot that Barrios didn't see because Barrios was expecting the left. Tank went over top of him with the right, and it was Christmas.
That was what I was expecting to see last night. That Shakur was going to be on that level where he's throwing these masterful feints, he's throwing these right hands, he's going to like dominate Santos and get him out of there. What I saw last night was I got questions about Shakur's chin because he was fighting like he got glass up there.
Well, we really ain't never seen Shakur really get tapped in the chin. They always catch
Mm-hmm.
him in the body.
That's what his issue is. It's been there for a very long time, and me and Upper has been saying that. Even though we don't like talking about the sparring footage that be leaked about Shakur and these other fighters, I kept telling y'all if I continue to see it in the ring and outside the ring, it's a problem. And if I know that, you don't think Edwin's team stepped on that? And another thing that Edwin did too, he was able to close the distance a lot with Shakur by stepping
Mm-hmm.
to him and stepping out. A lot of fighters aren't able to get that close to Shakur. He was getting close. So whatever they did, whatever match, whatever his team saw with Shakur, they were able to execute it. And
But
if
they've been
De Los
calling for him
Santos would
for a
have
year.
pressed it a little bit more, especially in the winning rounds, we would be having a whole different conversation right now.
Yep, for
And,
sure.
he been calling for him for 10 years, so he must have knew something. I mean, he been calling for him for at least a year. So, he knew he seen something. He knew he seen something. You don't just call a man for a whole year and then lay an egg. But I felt like if he would have sold himself out more, if De Los Santos would have sold himself more, like really like put his foot on the gas, it would have been a problem. But he didn't.
Upper, let
Bullet,
me
to
ask you,
answer your
man.
question, 1 second. If
Yep.
to answer your question, was there ever proof that Tank's hand was broken? I don't know. Maybe everybody in his camp and him saying that his hand was broken, is that not enough? Because you didn't see him in the
If you don't
cast.
remember, he had a cast on, and he was in the gym like a couple weeks later on that thing. Watts ain't gonna lie about it. Y'all see him fight the whole fight one handed. Like he destroyed that man with his right. It wasn't even his power hand, and it happened early in the fight. Why would Tank handicap himself in a fight with a guy that's pressing him? Come on, people.
That
He
was a
hit
tough
Isak
fight.
Cruz head, which is the hardest part of the body. Isak, and see, Tank ain't used to punching down because Tank's usually the taller fighter. But Isak Cruz was there going, bullet
So
his
Upper,
hand
what
was hurt. I'm not
what have
about
you
to
heard
argue
about
smash.
the PBC fighters?
He couldn't throw his left hand the way he could, but you seen the fight, man.
Yeah, I seen it. What do you guys think about the PBC? You and Kai think about what's going on with the PBC and the fights next year. Are we gonna get any? You think they finished? Or are we gonna have to be dealing with ESPN and DAZN for the next
Are we
2 years?
we're gonna see even more PBC fights.
Which network is picking them up?
Amazon Prime. We about to be
Okay,
getting more
Yeah.
fighters now. PBC is getting a budget. They've never had a budget.
that'd be
All these
interesting.
fights, my prediction, and I've said it on here several times. My prediction is that it's not just PBC, but that's the known one and that's the most criticized, because people don't like Al Heyman and Floyd. But all of these
Briefly.
networks, all of these networks are doing bad. And so what we're about to start seeing is next year everybody got to fight, everybody got to pull their weight. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
And
time to make these fights happen.
and another thing, humble, Bob Arum at the end of the year, ESPN talking about might not renew their thing with Top Rank.
A word?
But the
Yeah.
deal is, Amazon Prime is in talks to buy ESPN. So if
Wow.
Amazon Prime actually buys ESPN, then we're gonna have the PBC and Top Rank under the same banner.
But see, we seen
Like
that play.
like
Go
the
ahead,
zone
Humble.
and like Matchroom and Golden Boy. Go ahead, Key.
But see, we seen that play with Top Rank with ESPN really because you know who is Top Rank getting their big budgets from recently? Saudi Arabia, right? And that's no
Yep.
disrespect to Saudi Arabia, but who has bought up golf? Who has bought up tennis? I don't know, maybe Saudi Arabia. So they going where the money is right now, but that's only gonna be so much because at the same time, Usyk is on his last leg. Fury is on, you
Fury
know what I'm
is on
saying?
his
Like
last leg.
Fury's
Yeah,
on his
Fury.
last leg. Anthony Joshua, even though Anthony Joshua, you know,
You
who
know,
know, you know,
Matchroom and the Zone do more business with the Saudis than Top Rank.
I know, but
Yeah.
now Top Rank is having to get in bed with them too. But mind you, remember last year and the past couple of years, Saudi has been buying up all the sports. The golf is pretty much owned by Saudi right now, and tennis.
Hmm. I
So
didn't
I
know that.
mean, you know, like I think that again, I think that boxing is in a fork in the road, and next year everybody is going to have to fight. Everybody got to pull their weight. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
excited. I'm excited about Boots.
exactly,
I'm excited about
Zena.
Boots because I ain't never seen nobody come in there other than I wasn't around when Sugar Ray Robinson was fighting.
Hold on one second,
I,
humble. Hold on one second. Exactly. Shane, look, even Pitbull's corner said they noticed the hand was injured in the 10th corner, in the 10th round bullet. Even Zenith knows. Stop trying to daggone put a cloud over Tank, bro. Like it don't look right, bullet. But to be honest, even with Tank and the hurt hand, he beat the man 9-3 easily.
yeah,
He
that was a good
outclassed
fight.
that man.
That was
Yeah,
and
he still
Pitbull showed
hell,
after that
man.
that he ain't a punk. Pitbull had some good
I
fights
mean,
after that. He's a good fighter.
and that's why I say I don't need a Tank. That's why I say I don't need a Tank and Pitbull rematch because he beat this man with one hand. Why the hell we want to see him with two hands? Hell, Giovanni Cabrera just beat damn Tank. I think Giovanni Cabrera beat the hell out of Esau Cruz, to be honest. And they keep trying to push it. And if Tank fights Esau Cruz, he got a problem on this plate on this station right here. And I'm gonna keep it real. I know that's Key's people, but if he fight a damn fight like that, me and Tank got a problem because why fight somebody you beat with one hand? It's bigger
Who,
names out there.
Well, from
who do
what I'm
y'all?
hearing, well, from what go ahead, Humble Server. Go ahead, King.
I was gonna say, who do y'all want to see Tank fight? I would like to see him fight. I don't even know. I don't even know who's on his level right now for him to fight. Like he
I would
beat
like to
Um,
see
Ryan
him fight.
Garcia.
I would like to see him. I'm concentrating on 135 right now, but he said he wanted Devin next, and Devin said he good in December. So if they can come up with that fight right there, I'll take that fight over anything.
At
Like
135?
Devin said he'll
I
come
think
down to 135 and fight him. We holding him to
no,
it.
Bill said he'd do what Ryan did. So I don't care. I would say go ahead and put it at 140. It really don't even matter. Like
Yeah.
just
I
so it
wouldn't
won't
want
be
him
no.
coming in there weight drained.
Nah, I
That
don't
would
want to
take away
wait.
from the fight.
I've been waiting for this fight too long. I've been waiting for this fight too long. I'm not trying to see a weight drain. I want to see the best at their best.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tank, you say you the man. Fight him where he comfortable. Like if he's and hell, he's not comfortable at 140. But hell, fight him at 140.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, from what I've been seeing and from what I've been hearing, Tank is walking around about 140. I ain't even finna hold y'all. If you look at that pad work that he did, that he released a few weeks ago, he looks, if you go back to, because that's not the first pad work video that he released. That's like the third or the fourth.
That's good.
And
Key.
so, no, I know that's good,
That's
but I'm just saying, I think he's getting himself ready for that fight.
no.
I
If you
think
walk
he is.
around at 140, the first time he spars, he's gonna drop that weight. We told y'all how that sparring is. If he's walking around like 140 or something,
Mhm.
that's only 5 pounds above the weight. You lose about 10, 15 pounds when you spar. He need to be up like 150, 155 or something. That way it'd be
He's
Yeah,
easier to
around
looking
make
there.
it.
bigger. He's looking bigger. I think that is the play. I think that's why I said, man, this Shakur fight has so many implications on the table. I told y'all this yesterday, the day before yesterday, that he had to go out and really perform. And yes, that was a tough opponent. I get it. And we're not, and these fighters are not going to have flawless victories every time. I understand that as well. But I'm
Hey,
just hoping
Akello,
that this didn't really set him back.
Akello, I don't feel like Tank has to do all that. I'm just saying, so it won't be no controversy. I don't want him to be no kind of damn star on his win on where he weight drained Devin. That's the only way he won. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
Akello.
that's
Like, because if Devin has to come down, first thing they're gonna say is, "Oh, he was weight drained. He had to fight him at that weight." Like, I'm not trying to hear that, bro. Like, you already know
mhm.
how it's gonna be, Akello. Hell, because you see Ryan and them still talking about it. But
Yeah,
he is
yep,
close to
right.
weight. They like 5 pounds away from weight, and people forget it's a damn 8 week training session. 5 pounds is nothing to lose. People talking about he had 140, 145. Okay, he fights at 135. We ain't
I
talking
think
about
that he's
Devin at
going.
180.
I think that
Devin at
he's
180.
going. I think he's getting his body. All I'm saying is, I think he's getting his body ready because I'm pretty sure he knows that Devin or Tio is not coming back down to 135. So that's all I'm saying is I think he's getting his body ready right now for when them fights do happen. Because from my understanding, it's a couple of them.
Salute, D
From
Free.
from what Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny has said, they just wait for people to sign a contract. So it's some people out there that got some contracts. They just waiting to see who gonna do what and wait. And Coach Calvin said it too, recently. Some of these people got to get their fights cleared out. So the only people that got fights is Shakur, Devin, and Ryan Garcia and Tio. Well, Ryan is, you know what I'm saying? He got to get past Duarte and get his brand back up. Shakur just fought. Devin got December 9th and Tio got February. So that's all I'm saying.
Mm. Should be interesting. Should be very interesting. Well, anyway, I'm gonna head on out. Appreciate y'all, Upper Man, Kai. Great as always. I listen to you guys. I'm gonna subscribe, and you guys have a great day. Okay.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bless you and your family.
You too. Bye bye.
But yeah, it's some craziness. Upper, what you cooking on? A1 says, shout out to you for the $5 holla. Man, all this cap ish, who won't tank level. None of these MFs and fought each other. So we don't know who's on who level. Keep the same energy. Uh,
Exactly, A1. I feel you on that, A1. But Bullet, you talking about Tank versus Shakur? Shakur said he got to go back in the drawing board. So Shakur's not about to turn around and take a Tank fight right now. That's just like Antoine Russell. He had to sit out on that Puyo fight because he knew he seen some things that wasn't, like when you have a fight like this, why are you laughing, Bullet? Like the man, you gotta realize the man is the Super Bowl of boxing for that weight class. And Shakur is not a dumb individual. Shakur went against a top-notch guy, and on two of the scorecards, he made it away. And like one of them, it was, no, two of the scorecards, he did his thing. On one, it was close. If there would have been a different one, like there'd have been Tank, he might not have damn made it like that. So like this man trying to cross his T's and dot his I's. You can't get mad about that. The man want to make sure he's in perfect condition to fight a Tank. And honestly, you know something key? I feel like Shakur's stock stayed about the same after that fight. Where he
I
got a
said that
win.
last night.
He got a win. It probably went up a little bit with the win because it's a name on his resume.
But I think De La Santo, like you said last night, I think De La
Last night
Santo,
he gonna be a superstar.
yeah, his stock
And
done
now,
rose.
and don't be surprised if they start pushing for De Los Santos versus Tank. You heard it here first. Do not be surprised if
Hey,
they start pushing for that.
damn, you cut me off.
I'm sorry, Upper.
Nah, that's what I was about to say. Never mind. Great minds think alike. That's all I can say. Great minds think alike.
Yeah, don't be surprised when they start pushing that, because remember when Frank Martin fought Muhammad Ali's grandson,
Michelle
wasn't it that
Rivera.
guy?
Michelle
Yes,
Rivera.
when he, yep, as soon as he put him down, what they started saying, Tank and Frank, and then Frank and Tank sparred, and there's reports that, oh, Frank got the best of Tank in sparring, and next thing you know, boom, it's been fireworks ever since. Ooh, Frank versus Tank. But like I told y'all yesterday, when people were saying, nah, Tank ain't look, they not looking at Frank Martin. What did I say? I said y'all better get Frank Martin out the way right now. Somebody better get him out the way right now, because
You
the
feel?
longer he goes, the longer it's gonna be hard to beat that man, because Frank does have a discipline about him. Frank
And
is very
Frank,
disciplined.
they gotta realize Frank learned on the job. He only been boxing since he was 16, so you know he has a hell of a learning curve. Like anybody else wouldn't have caught on so quickly. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, D Free. D Free said he thinks the stock doesn't drop. You can hop up here, D Free. Anybody else want to get up here with me and Keith? We can get it right. But yeah, I think Shakur stock might have dropped a little. But see, the problem is all that twittering.
But I get the Twitter though. Like let me tell y'all, I get it where,
No,
because
no.
he's
What I
not
was
the
saying
only.
about
Oh, go
oh,
ahead, Upper.
what I was saying about the twittering. He let people gas him up. He started acting like he was the boogeyman and everything. Like the boogeyman don't run. I'm gonna say that. Just be yourself, Shakur. Be a great boxer, which he is. He's a great boxer. He's not a good fighter. He's a great boxer, and he fights. He's a great boxer that fights at times. You feel me? It's a difference between being a great boxer and a great fighter. Shakur's a great fighter against people he needs to be a great fighter against, but he's a great boxer against stiffer and tougher situations. Now Floyd Pretty Boy, like he was saying, he was a great fighter boxer all around because he took it to Chico Corrales, like the dude brought up, who was considered the favorite, who was the knockout man. He was 33-0 with 30 knockouts. And him and Floyd had been beefing for so long, like it was over his baby mama and everything. Like this fight right here had bad implications, bad blood. And Floyd went out there and dispatched that nigga with extreme prejudice. I'm talking extreme prejudice. He did that man so fucking dirty in front of everybody. Like Floyd took years off of his boxing career the way he did Chico Corrales.
But
Welcome
I
to the
think
stage,
that
D3.
What's going on? What's going on?
Salute King. But I think that I get it why why the fighters are. That's why I said these fighters need PR team. They need people that know how to speak for them and write for them. Because again, what did I tell y'all? I said you had the media calling you the boogeyman, and you embodied that image. So if you don't come out and put on a performance to show why you're the boogeyman, they're going to criticize you for that. And this is what we're seeing. I thought again, Shakur boxed a defensively sound fight. I thought he
Yes,
did
man.
great. Would I would like to see more offensive? Of course I would have. But he did the job to get it done. The object of the game is to not get hit. He walked away cool. You know what I'm saying? But I think now moving forward, I think he realizes it's time to cut back and just get straight in the ring. Again, I stand on it. I don't think it was nothing wrong with him. I think it was something in his head. I think he was battling with something mentally, and that happens. I used to do track and everything when I was younger. Like I get it. I know how that go. Like that stuff is real. I think that it was something mentally in there.
Salute,
And let
Ray
me tell you
Davis.
why these fighters are making fun of Shakur. I'm writing down every fighter's name because I want to see what they're going to do that's better. Now, that's another thing. You can ridicule all you want to and say, he's a bum or he's trash and all this other stuff. Y'all can make fun of that man if you want to. But what I will say is, for your next fight, I better see you be on your A game.
Facts.
Go ahead, D. What you got to say?
Oh, shout out to my guy. Shout out to my. And he just came in the thing. I just missed his name. Well, shout out to my guy Ray Davis. Peace and blessings, King.
Yeah. No, I was saying I think Shakur's stock dropped because this the second fight that we see him in there with a power puncher, and he didn't look good. He didn't look good. Now, I mean, yesterday, and I like Shakur, and I picked Shakur to win the fight. Yesterday, I think this the first fight that I've seen of Shakur where I can say he looked like he was extremely worried about De Los Santos' power. Like I never seen Shakur jump back the way he did. He was jumping from De Los Santos' feints, like, and De Los Santos wasn't throwing a shot. Like he De Los Santos feinted at him one time, and Shakur jumped clear across the ring. I'm
Did
like,
you see the second
wow,
round?
he
D3, you
really,
see the second round?
huh?
You seen the second round, right?
Yeah,
You see that shot
yeah,
that Del Santos hit him with in the second round?
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I believe he was truly worried about his power, and that's the thing. Like I believe his stock dropped because a lot of people was looking for him to call out Tank Davis in his next fight or call out Tank Davis to try to make a fight. But what we've seen with him in there with big punchers, he's not going to give a lot of offense. He's going to stay defensive and just move around the ring and try not to get hit. He's not going to give you no offense. Now, if he's in there with somebody that got a little bit of pop, but they're not no real big puncher, he's
Like
going to show
Yoshida.
you some offense.
Like
But
Yoshida.
right. He's going to show you some offense, but when he's in there with somebody that's a big puncher, he's not going to show you a lot of offense. That's why I said I believe his stock
You
dropped
know, and
because
see,
nobody's going to want to pay to see him and Tank Davis, and they believe that Shakur Stevenson is just going to run around the ring. They're not going to pay to see that. That's why I say I believe his stock dropped.
and see, you come from a boxing family, and see, and so you know about this. When you don't engage, you don't get hit. And see, if you don't get hit, then it makes for a fight that's not. See, it was like both of them wanted to be the counter puncher. Like they didn't have no lead. Like when Edwin tried to lead, Shakur get out the way. And I felt
Mm-hmm.
like that punch that he caught Shakur with, I think he felt that in the chest and the shoulder. I think it kind of knocked the shoulder loose a little bit because you see, like he was worried and working that thing out there. You see, it doubled him over. Cause see, I
Right.
had to go back and watch it. I ain't gonna lie. I ended up falling asleep around the third, fourth round. I ain't gonna lie. Key woke me up at the end, but because I was just like, man, this fight right here, this ain't even sweet science. Honestly, like this right here, like, yeah, I fell asleep on it. I had to wake back up and go back and look over the fight. But yeah, like that shot the second round, though. I think that changed the whole tone of the fight. When
Yeah.
he got
I
that
think,
shot, it
and
was a
I,
wrap.
I also think that this fight, me personally, I believe this fight was a draw. I don't see nobody won that fight. There was nobody in that fight that threw double digits shots in that whole fight. I mean, landed double digit shots in that whole fight. I think that fight was a draw, and I think Shakur got it because of his namesake. Because if that fight would have went down the same exact way it went down, not no double digit shots landed, and the opponent, instead of it being De Los Santos, it was Tank Davis. I think they would have gave that fight to Tank Davis. I think
Oh
they would
yeah,
have gave it to Tank
most,
Davis.
most definitely they would have. You see, one of the
But
daggone you see one of the judges had it 13-15.
right, right.
So you
And
know
so
if that was Tank,
me
you know if
personally,
that was
I,
Tank.
I I
Oh,
would
go ahead.
rather it had been a draw and they had to run that back. I would have rather it been a draw and they run it back because
Yeah,
I don't see nobody a winner in that fight. That fight was literally the worst fight I've seen in a
it was worse
long
than
time.
I think it was worse than Boots and Karen Kukadashian, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah, that was worse than Boots and Karen. But Shakur, his next fight gonna have to be in Newark. He's gonna have to fight in his hometown because honestly, I don't see. All right, A1. Honestly, I mean, like he won the fight, but he just didn't do it impressively. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like his, like I see what you're saying about his stock dropping. Yeah, I think De Los Santos, even though the fight was that way, I think his stock gonna rise though because
Yeah, most definitely.
this
Most
could
definitely.
be a juggernaut of a fighter, and he couldn't even. And see, that's what I said before the fight. This right here, Shakur's gonna have to separate himself from this guy right here and become an S class fighter. See, now Shakur's still an A class fighter. Like I couldn't move him to the realm of special because he didn't show me nothing special. He just showed me that he can get out the way with somebody throwing shots. And he also showed me that if he don't engage, then he doesn't put himself in danger. So see, he was always on, and people talking about it was a hell of a defense, but hell, Mikey Garcia did that too. He stayed on the defense. If you stay on the defense, you can't get hurt. So if you stay on the defense, you sit back. You all you gotta do is watch for what's coming because you're not throwing nothing out. So you're not putting yourself in trouble. You're not putting yourself in harm's way. You like hell nah. And see, that's what happened. That is exactly
Yeah,
what happened.
yeah.
No, I
And
think
like I go ahead, go ahead, go.
I was thinking the reason why I said it was a master, like I felt like he did great defensively, just not he didn't have that much output offensively. I liked his counters when he did make them. There was a few shots again when I went back to rewatch it and my emotions calmed down. I was able to see, okay, and I know Wally is going to see this, his grandfather, of different adjustments that he's going to have to make moving forward because the counter shots were there for Shakur, especially like in the sixth and the seventh round. Sixth, seventh, and eighth round, at least I counted at least 15 counters that he could have made. Now, the reason why I said it was defensive was because there were times when throughout the fight when De Los Santos was swinging in one area and Shakur was already on the other side. And those are the times when I felt like Shakur could have really two-pieced him. I felt like if he would have let his combinations fly like he did with Valdez, we'll be having a whole different conversation. But Valdez does not have the power that Edwin has. He does not have the speed and the angles that Edwin has. So I can understand why Shakur fought this sound. This was a very safe fight. And I get it. I totally understand. But I do feel as though I was able to see his feet more. I was able to see his jab a lot more. I was able to see how he's able to get out the way. A lot of those moves, I can see the Bud Crawford influence throughout this fight. Like I saw it, how he was moving and everything. But he gotta work on shielding his body, or if somebody is coming for a body shot, know that when that person is throwing a shot, he's open too. You gotta take advantage of it, the risk and everything. You gotta know that when he's coming in, you take a shot and put your guard back up to block whatever's coming your way because Edwin is fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's just certain things that I was expecting from Shakur, and it didn't really translate in a lot of those rounds. And I think he knows that. He knew that he could have he knew he can at least get a knockdown just by catching him off guard. I seen it. I saw the openings. And I'm like, Shakur, what's going on? That's why I say I don't think he was hurt. I don't think he was sick. I think he was in his head too much because he was too worried about the knockout. And Upper, you're right. We talked about this last night. When he felt that, when that man Shakur went over, man, I knew it right then in the second round. I said, "Oh, he felt that." Okay, that was one. Even when Edwin had him against the ropes one time and he caught him. He felt that. He caught him on the chin. He felt that. He has to know you're going to feel that. I know that he's used to not getting hit. Maybe that's his problem. He might need to start
You might
sparring
get
people
hit
that's
on a
just
little bit.
offensive. Yes, he
Yeah.
needs to start getting hit in there because the way he was acting, it was like, yo, he touched me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, and let me get out the way. No, you supposed to attack.
See
But
what's
go
what's
ahead,
what hap-
Kings.
but what's the problem is like Shakur is so used to people not hitting him flush. He's so used to not getting hit in flush. And that's gonna be his downfall because you're not gonna be able to make every fighter not hit you. Floyd couldn't even do that. Floyd got knocked around by Zab, Shane. He's been drunken monkey, Demarcus Corley. Like Floyd got hit, and you're not Floyd. Every fighter is gonna get hit. You're in a ring. People are throwing shots. You can't dodge them all. This is not the fucking Matrix. You will get hit. The question is, what do you do after you get hit? Do you pack up your ball and go home, or do you stand in there and you dig it out? But I think he had, like, we giving him a lot of dang on slack. This is only, if you really think about it, he's only in his 21st fight. That's only his 21st fight. Like,
And the second fight at 135.
yeah, so he ain't really got 30 fights like other people do. You feel what I'm saying? So he's got 10 more fights than Abdullah Mason. And we gotta at least give him some slack for that. But you an Olympian. Like, come on, you gotta snap up out of it. You gotta get some people to touch you up so you can not like, I think he just panics when he get hit hard. You gotta realize, roll with those shots if you can, but you're gonna get hit. But when a person is hitting you, they're at their most vulnerable. Like, you most vulnerable when you're throwing a punch and trying to hit somebody. So if you time it right, you can turn great defense into a great offense. And that's what the best of the best do. That's what Tank specializes at, turning defense to offense. And Shakur, with your great defense, you should have a lot of time to turn it to offense. Like, you could be so much crucial. Like, when I seen that Yoshino fight, I said, okay, Shakur has arrived. His power done came up to 135. I say he's getting bigger. He's in bigger weight classes. So now his power is multiplying. But hey, I ain't get a chance to see it last night. Like, you got to realize everybody that you fight is human. You feel what I'm saying? You're fighting another human. So just as you feel pain, they feel pain as well. It's about putting your wheel on the next person. And it's who can put that wheel on the next. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, and just like you said, when they're vulnerable when they're throwing shots, we saw that in the co-main. That's when Kasakian was having his most success. When Navarrete was throwing shots, that's when Kasakian was landing, because when Kasakian wasn't throwing shots, Navarrete was throwing shots, and then Kasakian would throw in between the shot. Now, he got careless. That's how he got dropped those 2 times, because he got careless. But that's when he was winning the fight up until he got those 2 knockdowns. Up until then, Kasakian was winning that fight, and it was because he was throwing in between Navarrete shots.
Plus, Navarrete a different specimen. He got a beard. Like, you got people like Navarrete, Canelo. You got people like that. They freaks of nature. Like, I've seen Navarrete. He was taking Valdez was throwing home run shots at that man. He was eating them things on the chin. So, Valdez, I mean, if you're thinking of putting down Navarrete, it's not going to happen. But Kasakian, he fought with the most heart I've ever seen, because he was done in the 8th round. He was breathing out his mouth in the 8th round. And that was the will of a champion, because he pushed all the way to the 12th round while he was gassed in the 8th. And like, he was trying to get that man up off of, because he knew if he closed the distance all the way, it was going to be problems. Because like I said, Navarrete doesn't have the best feet, but it's easy when you're coming straight forward. A person ain't got to have the best feet if he's just coming straight forward. If he marching you down, it don't matter what his feet is. And Navarrete is a puncher. The man averages 100 punches around. What you about to say, bro?
And you know what? Speaking of that fight, that's the style that Shakur should have fought. He should have fought just like Robert Kasakian fought, because Robert Kasakian was doing a lot of movement, but he was engaging as well. Now, he got careless, and that's how he got dropped. But he was moving, but he was engaging and landing shots. If Shakur would have did that, it wouldn't have been no complaints.
It was just that, De Los Santos was a lot faster than Navarrete though as well, though.
No, yeah, I know. I mean, I understand he's a lot faster.
Yeah,
but there was times. Yeah, there was times where Shakur.
It was a few times he could have timed him.
Yeah, he could have counted him, or he could have just landed a shot and moved, because there was a few times where De Los Santos was just standing in front of him and wasn't nothing happening.
Yeah, he could have check hooked him a few times, like check hook and get up out of there.
Yeah,
I was hoping especially when he was engaging, when De Los Santos came in that wild and everything, I would have check hooked and olayed him. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with the check hook, then be like, olay, spin out the way. But yeah, I just feel like the second round jaded the fight. Shakur felt that man power early, and after that, he decided on how not to get knocked out. Hell,
I
it's
think that
funny,
he
right?
did. I think he did enough to win, and because I had him winning. I think he did enough to win, but I think that this is definitely a learning experience. I'm glad that he
Nah, it's
got this
called
person
karma.
on his record. He needed this person on his. He needed this. I think that because I don't think Frank would have gave him all of this. To be honest with you,
Nah,
I
he
don't think
wouldn't
that
have.
Frank would have gave him all of this. I think now I'm trying to figure out how Edwin versus Frank would do.
I
Because
think it
I'm side
might
eyeing
be
Frank
Frank.
a little bit like, bro, can you even handle this one?
I don't
Because
think.
I'm
I
only
don't think
saying that
he can handle
because
it.
Frank put out the tweet saying food right after the fight, and I'm like, bruh, nah, bruh,
I
I
think
don't
Frank
know if
out of
you can
his
even
depth.
handle,
I
huh?
think Frank. I think Frank's out of his depth. This wouldn't be a great fight for Frank. Frank's athletic, but this is a different level right here. Like Frank, you a B class, bro. Like you B class. I'm just keeping it real. But what was I about to say? Shit. Y'all go ahead. I gotta remember what the hell I was about to say. Oh yeah. This right here is karma to Shakur. This is what we call karma. Because Shakur was one of the first people laughing at Charlo after he fought Canelo. Like, yeah, he had something to say about Charlo not showing heart in the Canelo fight. Now, I know that thing aged real bad, didn't it, Shakur? Because he was on Charlo neck. Because he's
Yeah.
Bud. You know, Mike Rhythm salute King. Now you was on Charlo neck about him not showing or displaying heart in his fight. Yeah, I think Charlo engaged more than you did, Shakur. And Charlo's fighting a man 2 divisions up. You fight a nigga in your class. We ain't never seen Charlo not engage with somebody in his weight class. We see him knock their ass out.
Right.
Am I lying? If I'm lying, I'm flying.
No, you right about that.
But see, that's why I say karma. That's why I say people gotta watch what they say. Because he could have not said that after the Canelo and Charlo fight. Or he could have respected his fellow countrymen. Ray Davis, man, you gotta hit the mute, baby. Ray, hit the mute.
My bad.
Yeah. He could have respected his fellow countrymen, but no. He sat there and he was on the Canelo team. And was with some of the ones that was disrespecting Charlo and Charlo's performance. Now he came out here later egg worse than Charlo because at least Charlo was engaging. At least Charlo was trying to throw punches. The man was just eating Charlo shots. Like Charlo could have hit that man with a sledgehammer, he'd have walked through it. Because Charlo caught this man. I knew the fight with Charlo and Canelo was over with because Canelo was throwing a punch and Charlo caught him with a clean pull counter. And I'm talking about he caught it clean. He put everything in that thing. After that punch, Canelo dropped his hands and went into murder style where he had his hands to catch and shoot. He came out in Panther stance. They call it Panther stance. Chicken nuggets in there. That's where it's catching and shooting. That's when you hold your hands up like the pads and you try to catch and shoot. And that's when I knew Charlo was in trouble then. This man took your best and he didn't see it coming. And all he did was snap his neck a little bit, like pop it, and get that refreshing feeling. And then that man came to you. But like I was saying yes, Charlo tried. But Shakur and them was acting like he didn't have no heart. Now, what does that say now? Like, this man went up and fought somebody 2 weight classes above him. And I feel like he engaged more than Shakur did. So, Shakur, it's funny how karma comes back. And it's funny how well this shit labors on you. Yeah, you won. But hey, I feel like Charlo put the most out there. And that's just being real. What happened to A1 Hoop?
Go ahead, Ray. What you got to cook on, King?
I'm
He
loving
just
it.
dropped off. He'll be back up.
Yeah, I'm loving this right now. There's so many different ways of talking about this fight and the aftermath of it. I don't support the bashing so much. I did myself in trolling wise. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front on that. But I was just doing it just to have a little fun. At the same time, I just think everybody has a bad night at the office. Every person's subjected to that. That's number one. Number two, I don't. I think this is opening a lot of fights up for Shakur in the division. I think all the people that, and we seen it in the tweets. I think from Loma, Frank Martin, Pitbull Cruz, um, Cambosis, all these guys are going to start trying to attach their name to Shakur to try to get the fights because they think that they're going to be able to stop him or compete with him because of this performance. It's one night. All these guys had a recent one night failure. Yeah, karma's a B, and this is what I was talking to Claymore, and I was telling him the same thing. I was like, look, man, you got to understand this guy put out a lot of nonsense, and when you start doing that, karma's a B, and they'll come back on you. And those things come back. Then you got to understand that you know what you got to accept it. And the same thing with Devin, because if Devin go out there and lay an egg, you know, supporting the brother or not, I'm gonna tell him like, yo, you suck. I'm gonna just say it. You suck. You know what? You deserve it. You went out there clowning, and that's what you get. This is why you concentrate on your fight, focus on what the task is, and all that. Shakur just said he was going to do too much, and I think that's what people were more disappointed in. I'm gonna make you say my name. You're gonna say my name, and then tell him he gonna beat the f out of him. You watch, and I think that right there was a big part in him coming off with the performance he had. And as far as his hand being hurt, bruised, I don't believe that. I don't buy that.
Hey,
The man,
salute, Keggy. Hold on one second,
yeah,
Ray.
yeah,
Salute,
yeah,
I got a Keggy, man. Long time no see. Peace and blessings, King.
yeah. When I was like, man,
I
this
didn't know
dude.
who you was talking about for a second, Ray. I thought you was talking about Brian Norman and Quentin Rounder for a second.
Oh, no, I'm talking about Core. I'm sorry. Yeah, man. I'm my bad. I'm talking about Core, but
Oh nah, you know, with some of the stuff talking about beat you like your dad is, I was like, okay.
he did tell him that, man. He was said I'm gonna make you say my name, but you know, I'm just laughing because I'm just man. Look, what goes around comes around. Hopefully, Shakur can show us a better performance. If this fight does regenerate at 135, I don't want to see Devin come back down. I don't think none of us do, but we do want to see the big fight. So, some of us would like to see it. Um, Hopefully it happens, and hopefully it ain't for 25% or 10%. That's just whack, and that's the bottom line. It's just what I mean. I just see a lot of people going to try to attack the brother now. Him being from Jersey, where I'm at, I feel bad for him. He's somebody I root for coming out. I just don't see him having a chance against Tank at all. From this performance, I was like, man, if this is what he's doing with this guy who's a puncher, he ain't going in there with Tank. Even Ryan Garcia got a shot at him. I mean, but he's another puncher, and he's a bigger guy. So, I mean, he ain't gonna fight him at 135. But
Shakur goes through Ryan, so he can hush.
No,
Shout out Queen Queen, peace and blessings, Queen. And I wouldn't really say that, Key, because about 2 more fights, Ryan gonna show you a whole lot different.
yeah, I think
We'll see with Duarte, but I'm
Now,
just
look,
saying from
look,
styles make fights. Let's not
okay,
forget about
look,
that. Styles makes fights.
Ryan is very long, Key, and he's very fast, and he got a lot of power. We're gonna see against the Duarte fight, because Duarte is supposed to be his toughest challenge besides Tank, and we're gonna see it.
Yeah, but we'll see when everything happens. I'm gonna let A1 jump on. I'm gonna stay in the back here, but I'm gonna let him jump on. And salute to everybody in the panel. Salute to everybody in the chat.
He runs that panel. We just all out here listening to Key. She the queen of the panel.
Go ahead, A1. Shout out to you, Ray Davis. Thank you for your input, King. A1, what you got to cook on, King?
Oh, I was just listening to y'all on that joint, man. I was gonna say, I think we oh, I ain't gonna say we, because I was able to look at the whole thing objectively and still be objective about it. People go have their opinion, so you can't really dispute their opinion. But I just ask people to go back and watch it from a from a rationale standpoint, or just a fan of boxing as far as what you seeing, and like Upper said earlier, the sweet science. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to go back and watch it from that perspective and not look at it from a point. We hear all of these fighters that talk that hot shit that's gonna do this, do that, and do that, and whatever the case may be. It's only one of them that's really going in there and putting motherfuckers out like he's saying he gonna do. Like, let's be honest about that. The rest of them is in there fighting for their life or just boxing. And like, so like, people saying all the shit they saying, you hearing it, you seeing it, all that. It's like, bro, that shit's all
Facts.
cap.
That's
All
a
these
fact.
dudes do a whole lot of talking, but it's literally just one fighter. And like I told y'all last night when we was on the live, I can easily and objectively sit here and say that because as far as from a fan perspective, I don't give a shit if all of them lose their next 5 fights or all of them win their next 5 fights. I could care less. Like, I don't have no favoritism when it come to that. So that's why I can just say it like that. But it's like, everybody want to be tough on, oh, he did this and did that, stock went down and blah, blah, blah. It's like, he's put on this type of performance multiple times. Just like I keep saying in every chat I go to, y'all favorite fighters have done this exact same thing. If you mean to
Facts.
tell me that I'm walking out the ring with the belt, don't look like I got hit at all, and I went in there and got paid and did all these things, I'm a champion now. I put on a boxing performance, defensive, whatever, masterpiece, however you want to call it. And this is the criticism I get because I talked too much and I didn't beat this nigga like into a ground like I said I would, but I still won and did
Hey,
everything
look,
like that. Sign me
hey,
up.
look. It reminds me of the first undisputed fight. If we're gonna be honest,
I said the same shit. I'm like, bro, I'm like, and the thing is, like, nobody can ever say I'm a Haney hater, Tank hater, or security because I give all them the exact same energy. Nobody can say it, but I'm like, bro, y'all favorite fighters have done that shit on a multiple times, but yet you gonna sit there and act as if you don't. Like Dev saying, oh, I should have gave this bum 10%. It's like, bro, come on, man. Like, you
that's
you
what I
you
was gonna
can't
cook
sit
on
there and
too.
act like yeah, you can't sit there and act like you ain't put on these, like, you know what I'm saying? Look yourself in the mirror. You done did this quite a few times yourself, bro. Like I said, it's only one fighter. When he say something, he out there icing shit. Like, he put niggas to bed and tucking them in. It's only one fighter. That's it.
Hey,
So it's like, bro, I don't know.
that's what the thing. That's the name of the title right there. It's called 10%. That's the name of the title, 10%, because Devin was typing in the middle of the fight, said I should get his bum 10%. And Tank at him last night and said, you be lucky if I give you 10%. Devin got ghost, he got quiet, he didn't respond to Tank after he told him that. Like, he know he done messed up. I was like,
Yeah,
this there.
and then
That's
as
what I was,
somebody earlier was, my bad. Somebody, I'm gonna be short on it because I can let you go
no,
ahead
go
and
ahead.
get
Hey, what? Go
y'all get
ahead.
back to cooking.
Nah, go
Somebody was
ahead.
saying earlier about Tank, they not on Tank level and this, that, and the third. I'm like, not on Tank level. Shit, we don't know if any of them on any levels because none of these motherfuckers done fought each other. They haven't fought somebody that they can quote unquote deem as a threat to one another, right? We can say Dev fought Loma, but a lot of people were saying like Loma over the hill, he still got a little bit in the tank and this, that, and the third. And people arguably saying that, they want to say that Loma, it was either a draw or Loma won that fight. Even Shakur came out and said it himself, like, I thought Loma
They,
won, whatever the case may be,
they
right?
still
But it's
ran
like
back.
when you look at that fight, you can tell the motherfucker was in a fight. Like, he was in a fight of his life and his face says this shit. But at the same time, I still think Dev did win the fight. But I'm like, again, I'm only saying that to go back to saying there's only one fighter that has not been tested whatsoever. He hasn't been in the ring with somebody where it's like this person is a true threat to them, whether it be to outbox them or literally show how durable Tank Chin is. He hasn't fought not one person like that. And there's no hate or slight, it's just true. And it's like that's why when you see Shakur, like people saying, "Oh, I wonder, I'm worried about Shakur Chin and this, that, and the third." People were saying that they didn't say that shit about Floyd, and if they did say it about Floyd and his chin got tested when the time came, okay, he got a chin. What was the next thing you critique to say, oh, I want to see him do this? It's like, it's going to always be a goalpost being moved, bro. And it's like, if you're good enough to not have your chin tested, why the fuck would you stand there to have your shit tested to show motherfuckers you got it? That's stupid as shit.
That's
That's
dumb.
like, that's boxing 101, man. Like, it's hit and not get hit is the name of the game. I'm not going to put my chin in the air to show y'all, like, I got a chin. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
that's dumb as hell right there. Like, put your chin in there. That's dumb as hell. But a lot of people wish they could fight and not get hit. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people wish that they could fight and not get hit. So I say like this, like I said, if you take away the factor, it's the sweet science. He did what he was supposed to do. I mean, a lot of times people are not excited about shit like that, but it's the name of the game is to win with taking the minimum amount of damage possible, and that's what he did. Now, could he
That's
be
why
Facts.
I
more
said I think he
exciting?
put on a very sound, safe fight. Go ahead, Upper. Sorry.
Yeah, but could he be more exciting for the fans? Would this raise his stock with the fans? No. Fans, they want to see excitement. They want when they get a meal, they want the appetizer, they want the main course, and they want the dessert. They want to see you go out there. They want to see you have a great match. They want to see some pounding, and they want to see somebody sleep. That's the way they want the fight. They want it in that order. Or you can go out there and put them to sleep early. Sometimes have a nightcap. But that's how they want it, and that's what brings your stock up. That's why Devin and Shakur's stock is not up as high because, like he said, your favorite fighter fights like this a lot too. Like Devin Haney hasn't had a stoppage in over 5 years. He hasn't knocked a person down in over 96 rounds. Shakur has knocked people down. Matter of fact, Key, how many? Tell us about the Shakur knockdown streak that just ended.
It just ended. He knocked down Valdez. He knocked down. He was out of the 4 fights, he was 2 for 2. So he was on a streak, especially when he started getting towards 135 and now with Yoshino and everything. But he was on a knockdown streak, and I don't know what he felt that dude got a chin on him, and Shakur wasn't gonna be able to do too much to him.
So Shakur's been getting knockdowns, but Devin ain't got one over 92 rounds. 92, no, it was between 92 and 96. I couldn't remember the exact number. But that's a lot of rounds to go without a knockdown. You know what
Well,
I'm
let me
saying?
say. Oh, go ahead, Upper. I'm sorry, I thought you were done.
To be the boogeyman, like for people not to want to fight you, and then it's a narrative going out there that he dropped Tank, and Tank said it himself. You can't even knock people out in damn 8 ounces. How you gonna mess with me in 16s? It's like we gotta stop pushing the narrative. Like Shakur, all Devin should have said was good fight, but I knew Devin. He was mad about what Shakur said about him losing the Loma fight, so he had to get his jig back in, and I understand that. But to say you should have gave this bum 10%, like don't call him a bum when you had a chance to fight this bum and you moved up. So don't do that. Don't act like it's just what I'm saying. Like don't front for the people now. Like your ass dropped the belt, hurrying up to go upstairs. So don't do that. And like I said, both of these guys, they just need to stop talking. If they're gonna fight, they're gonna fight. Shakur can make that weight up there, but I just be glad when them two finally get in the ring, settle everything. To be
Facts
honest,
and facts, and I want to say this because A1, I'm the one that said that I don't see him beating Tank, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna stand on this. Yes, I don't believe that sparring footage should be released. I believe that sparring should stay in the gym. However, the what
shout
I
out
was
to
seeing.
Claymore Reigns. Shout out
Shout
to
out to
Claymore
Claymore.
Reigns in the business. In the
Oh,
building.
Key,
Um,
I wasn't addressing
I
you when
know,
I
but
when
I
I was
just
talking about
wanted to
that.
say. I know, but I just want to say
What up,
because
though?
I stand on
What's going on?
all
Hold on, she's talking.
10s. Uh huh.
Now go ahead, finish, Key. Claymore,
Because
finish
I
it.
stand on
Wait till
all
she finish.
10s. Okay, got you. Because I stand on all 10s, and you know what I'm saying. I always back up what I say. Like I don't want to be one of those people that just put stuff out there and don't, you know what I'm saying, and don't see where there's no context to where it's coming from. But this is what I was saying. When I seen the sparring footage, no matter how long ago it was, I seen the same thing with Shakur in the ring. And that's why I said, like, I just want Shakur because I did a whole breakdown and OTB Boxing was up here too. Shout out to that king. And I did a whole breakdown on all 3 fighters, Devin, Tank, and Shakur. And I said I said with Shakur, his body movement, his body, he is susceptible to punches in the body. And me and Upper just kept saying that, like, you gotta guard that body. I don't know what it's gonna take. And that's when I see it in the sparring footage. And what have Tank been able to do with several opponents? Body shots. You know what I'm saying? This is going back to when Tank was 23. Forget Ryan. Tank been putting down people with body shots when he was 20-0. You know what I'm saying? Like this is nothing new for Tank. And if I see it, and I'm not a coach or anything, you don't think that Coach Kenny isn't rubbing his hands right now, saying, "Oh, okay, Coach Kenny done been knew this." You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like I want to see Tank and Shakur because I believe that would be a high level chess match, but I just feel like with Shakur, man, you know, he got to get that part under control because Tank can knock you out going sideways. Tank can knock you out coming forward. Tank can knock you out going to the back. You know, while he on the back foot. Tank can give you a body shot going forward. Tank can give you a body shot going backwards. Like, the man is cold, how he sets up everything. And Shakur is a tactical boxer, and he has to avoid that. And I saw him avoiding the bait that Santos was giving him. The thing was he wasn't countering off of that. And that's what I'm concerned about because one thing about Floyd, when he had pressure fighters like a Canelo, like a Zab Judah, every time they gave him a look, every time they hit him, Floyd came back with something. Now that's something that we can all agree on. It wasn't no round where Floyd was just getting haymakers thrown. I'm not saying that's what happened with Shakur, but I'm saying no, Floyd had an answer for everything. I want Shakur to take this fight, adjust it, adjust his skill, and have that moving forward because he's going to need it. Because everybody in that 135 division saw what I saw, and I told y'all last night. I said people are looking at him right now like food. And what happened? Cambosos, Loma, Pitbull, Ryan, Devin, all of them got something to say now. Like I said, he's looking like, oh, okay, he's not the boogeyman. We can, and I stand on it. I said nobody can give Shakur a fight like that but Tank. The rest of them, I got Shakur. Even if it's an ugly fight, I got Shakur edging them out because I know Shakur's that guy.
Hold on
But
one
he
second.
gotta work. He gotta work on that. Yeah, go ahead, Upper.
Shout out to Adrian's Warren and shout out to my guy Al Boogie in the building. Peace and blessings, you two kings. Go ahead, Key.
No, but go ahead. What do you guys have to? I don't know the gentleman that just walked in.
That's Claymore
Claymore.
Ray.
Oh, hey Claymore, what you got to cook on, King?
It's up echelon's favorite show. You know what I'm saying? Come to come to show some love.
You said favorite what?
I said your favorite show. I eat scamp
Oh,
palms. Yeah.
not
Anyway.
Boulay then.
Yeah, do buy on for him. Do buy on for him.
I didn't know that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was letting you. That's what I'm letting you know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Big Shaq the guy salute. All right, what you got to cook on?
All right, so just to put my input on last night, right? I think blessings come in disguise. It's funny because Shakur was the boogeyman before last night. Nobody really wanted to give him a fair one. He was the scariest dude, the most duck guy, air quotes, in the 135-pound division, and now he's food. That's cool. Let him be food. He has a WBC belt now, and the road to undisputed and to a unification fight comes through Sugar Shakur Stevensonville. You know what I'm saying? So nobody should have no hesitation signing the paperwork to make the fight. Number one. Number two, we all know there's rumors, but we don't want. I know Upper Echelon hates the rumors, so I don't want to get deep into it. But there's rumors out there that he might have had some issues with his shoulder and his left hand.
We seen it in the second round. In the second round, when he got that uppercut, that did it.
Right. So okay, so you see it. So it's not a fantasy. So blessings come in disguise, guys. Shakur gets the fight now, and he doesn't have to get ducked. He gets to show out, and everybody should be confident now. Devin should be ready to eat at the dead food because he likes dead food, right? He went to Regis. He liked dead people. He liked people who are on their way out the door. So come on, Devin. Shakur's on his way out the door. He ain't who he said he was. Come get it now, then. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Shakur won last night. That was the most important thing for him to do last night was to walk away with that belt. The second thing, getting his pay-per-view looks up and his popularity, we all know that didn't help him last night. It didn't help his performance last night, didn't help it. But don't give up on him just yet because who he is, we've seen way more of who he is than what we saw last night. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
shout out to Claymore.
Yeah, I like that.
Hold on. Shout out to my guy Ray Davis showing love and support to the channel. Salute. Thanks, Ray Davis.
No problem. Can I jump in? I like what he just said.
Oh, one second, Ray. Hold on, wait. 1 second. A1 have put in a private.
Hold on,
A
Key controlling the narrative. Go ahead, Key.
No,
A1 had
Key,
put in there that he. I'm sorry, Ray.
Ray,
1 second. Hold on to that thought, Ray. A1, go ahead, because he put in the chat that he wanted to cook. Go ahead, Ray.
no, no, I was
I
gonna say
mean, go ahead,
you can
A1.
let Ray go. That was me. You can let Ray go because I think I went before Ray, so it's his time to cook on that. My bad. I didn't mean to jump ahead.
Salute to my guy John Nori in the building. You know it's about to be some
John, we
action
didn't
now.
say nothing bad about Bud, John. We ain't say nothing bad about Bud. Go ahead,
Man,
Ray. What's up, King?
Yeah,
fuck Bud. I said it.
yeah. Word. Light skin. All right. Word. Listen. I like what Claymore just said. Actually, that food, that him being food key might be what he needs to get the fights, and that might just show that it might be more worth his shots and fights and making a name for himself than it would be him just having a bad performance and everybody just walking away from him. So this actually might, him being a boogeyman and now not looking so much big and bad might draw more revenue for him. So there might be a what do you call it, catch 22 for everybody in the division. So I like that what Claymore said. Good job, Claymore.
Hey,
I'm
I'm
done.
telling you, boy, Claymore been stepping up his debate game, man. I told him last week, I said, now that's how you do it.
Hey, Upper, I'm getting better, right? I'm paying attention. I ain't gonna stay. I can't stay in one place. At some point, I'm gonna show some life.
There you go.
There
Shout
you
out to
go,
my
Claymore.
guy.
I've always like. Go ahead, Upper.
Shout out to my guy Abraham with the $5 holler. Appreciate it.
Drop the link for Jay Nori.
It's
Upper
all
when
right
you get a
there.
chance. Oh, thank you. Sorry about that. A1, go ahead and cook, King. What you got to say?
All right, so I was gonna say that as far as this whole boogie man thing, I don't even believe in that narrative. Everybody know, unfortunately, I hate to say it, Tank is the boogeyman at that division. Everybody want to fight, but they don't want to fight. Everybody call a name and use a name to build a fight, but in reality, that they know there's a good ass chance you go in there fighting Tank, you gonna walk out that motherfucker either flat on your back or flat on your face. Either way, you going out laying down. There's a good chance, but you're gonna go out getting paid. That's one thing I can say. They know that much. So they look at the payday, they chase the payday, but in reality, they looking at the fact that it's a possibility, a high possibility they're gonna get slept. So like as far as a boogeyman narrative, I don't know. Maybe that's people's personal opinions, but I didn't think Shakur was no boogeyman. I just know that motherfucker can fight. Like he can fight his ass off. But a lot of people, as far as like I said, for that fight that took place and happened, bro, like he went in there and he fought to win. And we done seen again. I hate to keep saying it. A lot of people's favorite fighters go in there and fight to win. However you got to win, he gonna come out on top. Floyd he coined that shit himself. Like I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win the fight within the realm of it being a clean fight. I'm gonna do whatever it takes as long as I win. And y'all saw what Bud said right after. And I know John Nori up here, he wanna put on his cape for Bud, but I'm gonna give kudos to Bud. He said my man's he didn't have the night or the performance we wanted, but what was important and the thing is we won. And that's the only important thing. It's like so everybody can critique all they want. But again, when you walk out of there, don't look like you got hit, you didn't take damage, you walking out the motherfucker victorious and with a belt. It's like, did you lose? You can win and still have like shit, something got taken away. But in Shakur, like in this, he done did this before. So I'm confused at why people acting like this is something brand new. Why it's like if you in there with a puncher, what make you think the motherfucker gonna want to engage more? Like, come on, man. Like this is common fucking sense. Like you're not gonna do that.
You want me
And
to tell
so
you
I'm just hearing people say that shit, man.
you want me to tell you why they're doing that, A1? Because the last time Shakur brought it on himself with that boogeyman talk, bro. And Shakur said out his mouth, he said, people keep bringing up that Nakathila fight. Shout out to my guy, Original American and EB Sweat a lot. Peace and blessings, Kings. Shakur brought it on himself. Like, if he kept his mouth shut and kept boxing, people wouldn't say nothing. But he specifically said out his mouth after Nakathila, he said, I never run from another fight in the ring. He said, I'm going to stand on the front foot and engage. And see, he's the one that said that. He said, you'll never see another fight like the Nakathila fight, right? And see, that's what I'm saying. These fighters need to stop talking and just go ahead and fight, because when you put yourself out there like that, people are going to expect you to stand on it. And that's why I think a lot of people are jigging at him, because he said he wasn't going to do what he did last night. But people don't know what they would do when they're in a certain situation. And that's another thing. Never say never. because you never know what might happen. Something that you think that you won't do, if you put in that situation, you're back against the wall. That's all you can revert to, and that's what happened last night. Go ahead,
That's
And I
true.
April.
Up and I would say
oh go ahead.
he was on the front foot a lot though. I feel like if you go back and watch it, he was coming forward more so than he was running. He was using his lateral movement. He kept stepping to him. He just, like y'all said, he stepped to him, got in his range and got in his mix, but he wasn't throwing combinations. He wasn't taking risks to the point of like putting on that type of performance, like what he did. Like I said last night, his last like 5 fights, right? He was on the front foot a lot. He was being offensively aggressive as shit with throwing combination. Last night he was defensively responsible, and offensively he was like, I'm gonna offensively, defensively he was responsible. Offensively, he was like, I'm gonna do what I got to do to win. And you could tell the difference between his last 5 fights and how he was fighting and how he was fighting. He got on the front foot, but he was very like, I wouldn't say what is it, smart aggression. It was like literally he was more so like, it was like
Cautious.
smart tentative aggression. He was
It was
extremely
cautious
cautious because like I
aggression.
told y'all, he if he gonna take a L or get slapped or hurt or anything like that or touch the canvas, he gonna want that to be against Tank and nobody else because when you fight Tank, that's what's expected. When you fighting De Los Santos, people say De Los Santos can fight and he got power, but the name, like nobody, like, let's be honest, man, De Los Santos is not no motherfucking big name. He's not a big name and he's not a big draw. But when you fighting Tank, the expectation is somebody touching the canvas or they getting hurt. He gonna tap that chin. You either going to sleep or you gonna touch the canvas, or it's gonna be a fight. You know what I'm saying? One of them three things. And that's why I think he gonna put it out there when he fight Tank. As you know, he gonna have to. Like Tank gonna force his ass to do it. And he gonna have to show like every goddamn tool he got in the shed.
And Tank good at the body. And Shakur's only weakness in defense is his body. And me and Keith, if you remember yesterday, me and Keith touched on that before the fight. We told y'all that Shakur's biggest weakness is his body. We seen it in the sparring tapes. We seen the Valdez fight. Shakur, he doesn't worry about his body. He worry about his legs and his head movement. But like I say in football, they say to watch the waist. The waist never lies. So if you watching that waist, it's over with. Like, and Tank is a patient individual who sees everything in there. Like Tank knows he sees what's coming. That's why he done set you up.
And then
Like
if you notice too,
Tank
Upper,
he has incredible IQ. Like I was just sitting here thinking for a second. This man can set you up and do shit that you, pardon my French, he will have you doing stuff that you're not even trying to do. Like he will see a certain way that you flinch, and he will cause you to flinch into a straight. I'm telling you. Go ahead, Key.
and two, what I wanted to touch on before John Nori Cook and A1, I definitely agree with you're saying. I get what you're saying. Um, excuse me, but I think that with Shakur, I think I do agree that he needs to have his he needs to, lay down on the media a little bit and focus on just the boxing and everything. But I do think that what I saw with Shakur is that when he feels it, he has to remember what we said yesterday, Upper, and the day before, where we said it's so important to make adjustments while in the ring. You shouldn't have to go to the corner to get the adjustments.
Oh yeah, shout
Remember
out.
when we talked about that?
Yeah, we talked about that, about how people make adjustments on the fly instead of waiting on their cornermans to tell them. And shout out to
Exactly.
Marquis. Peace and blessings, King. Yeah, we
Shout
talked
out to
about it.
Marquis. Right. So this is what I'm saying. When Shakur knew, again, I saw several counters that he could have hit De Los Santos with, and I get De Los Santos is a quick fighter. He has to be on his toes. And when you're going against a thinker like a Tank, or even like I won't maybe a Lomachenko, maybe. But when you're going against fighters like that will put mental pressure on you, you got to be able to make adjustments on the fly and rise up to that level of that opponent. And I think that's what people are critiquing him. They're saying other things, but that's the underlining thing right there, is rising up to that level, making the adjustments right then and there, and being able to counter. I will never say that Shakur fought scared. I don't believe he fought scared. That never came out my mouth. But I
Cautious.
do believe, yeah, he fought very cautious. He played a safe fight. And sometimes with fighters, like a Edwin De Los Santos, you gotta play safe because at the end of the day, like AJ said, I mean, like A1 said, you don't want to get you don't want to get knocked out by no De Los Santos. I'd rather get knocked out for 30 million, 25 million by Tank Davis than a De Los Santos for two.
Because
Remember I told y'all
that
that
right
last
there,
night.
because that right there ruins your career. Everything you
Uh,
worked for your whole career is over with just that knockout right there. Like if you was in the Tank Sweet States, that knocks you out of it right there, and that could be up to 30 million you lost off of being careless. See, fighters gotta be careful when they trying to get in that Tank Sweepstakes, because especially if they're black fighters anyway, people not trying to really see it like that. So if you're undefeated in black, if you make mess with Tank, it'll be a great fight. But if you take that L, then people gonna be clamoring for other people. No matter how good you are, and no matter how close that L was, people gonna be like, "Well, he already been beat already." And out of all them, Tank has beat the most undefeated fighters out of them. Usually, to fight Tank, you have to be undefeated. It's like that's a requisite to be undefeated. He only got a couple people that he fought that wasn't undefeated. Like Tank be taking people O's out here.
And two, hold on, 1 second, upper, 1 second, Kings. Bullet. Tank is a grown A man tweeting and deleting like a B word. Okay, listen, Bullet. Listen. Was it not Devin Haney that tweeted and deleted that he knew Al Heyman's number around the same time when it was revealed that that Espinoza did have preliminary talks with Bill Haney, which we found out that that was accurate after y'all kept saying that Bill Haney never talked to Espinoza, it didn't go that way. But Bill
Yeah,
Haney let the cat out the bag that said he did talk to Espinoza. And what did he say? They're going in different directions. Devin them
family.
know what they doing. Stop it. He tweets and deletes too. Okay, but the
Right.
point was made. The point was already made. And let me tell y'all something. While y'all going on about the 25 percent with Shakur, now when Tank offered that man,
He said 10 last
depending
night.
on how this, when he offered him 10 or 5%, and he say no, y'all better keep that same energy because, like I keep telling y'all, like how Shakur put his foot in his mouth. Devin has put his foot in his mouth several times. I call it straight through.
And I'm
Devin
gonna
put
tell
his
y'all
foot in
like
his mouth
this.
several times. Y'all better stop that. Go ahead,
And guess
Upper.
what? If Tank gives him 10%, it'll still be more than his highest payday because he only made 8% of what Tank made on well no, they only made 8% on his pay-per-view of what Tank and them made. They did 150,000 buys at $60, while Tank did 1.4 to 1.6 million. And the mathematics come out that that's only 8% because they only made 9 million off of pay-per-view, while Tank and them made over 150 some million off pay-per-view. That's just worth. I mean, that's just a few. So if Tank was to give him 10%, 10% of 150 would still be like, that's still 15 million. If
Yup.
10% of 100 million is 15 million. So if Tank was decided to give him, I would give him a flat fee. I'd give him a flat fee of $10 million. That's double his biggest payday. So if Tank gives him a flat fee of $10 million, y'all can't really say nothing. Somebody got to need to mute. Hey Claymore, hit the mute button, bro. We hit the road. But yeah, a flat fee of $10 million, that's double what Devin's done made his biggest payday. So if he don't take that, then he's ducking because he said he won't Tank for the legacy. Tank can give him a $10 million flat fee like Canelo does, and if Devin don't take it, then he's ducking, and that's what's gonna happen. I think it was like 4.5 a piece, Marquis. I think it was like 4.5 to 4.
Correct, Upper. John Nori, King, what you got to cook on?
What's up, Upper? What's up, panel?
What's up,
Chat.
Big Shack?
What's
The
going
guy, what you
on,
got going
Key?
on over there, Big Shack?
Hey, man.
How he get his
Damn,
thing
did
all the way black like that? He must got a black picture too.
hmm.
Yeah, the Avengers done did it again, man.
What's up?
They done did it again, man. I mean, this is unbelievable. I would see. I knew I had the vibes all week that this was gonna be a point of turbulence for Shakur fighting Edwin De Los Santos because I wasn't sleeping on the guy. He might not be the best boxer in the world, but Shakur, I just know watching him, I just know he don't like to take hits. He does not like to get hit, but I didn't know it was this bad. I thought he might have learned a little something from the Nakatilia fight, and he might have figured out how to, how to get over that little amateur background that's still left in him. And I think that's in his DNA. He never gonna get over that. He don't want to get hit, and
Yeah.
because of that, this was his moment to take the Tank fight from Devin. Take it away. Take that option away. Show that you're the better option. Give us a world class fight with everybody came for the coronation. Everybody was in the building, and the lights are too bright for him. He blew it. That Tank fight's off the. It's done now. You're not gonna get that fight. He blew it. He got to start all the way from the bottom again. He maybe get him a Loma fight or something. If Loma wants to take that challenge, I don't see him doing it no time soon, unless he looks terrible against
Can,
Kambosos, which I don't think so. He blew it. He got to start from the bottom and climb himself back up again. And it's a shame because I think he's a great fighter. I think he has a lot of talent, and I was rooting for him, but he blew it, man. Now you see Devin. Devin been doing he's been doing the same thing this whole year, just cornering the market. That's how he got Loma in the ring. That's how he got them belts, and that's how you're gonna get this Tank fight. Just cornering the market. You can't
can,
run. There's only so far you can run. And you can say, yeah, no, we're gonna give him 10%. No, that's gonna be a 60-40 by the time they make that fight next year. It's
Who?
gonna be
Devin and Tank.
60-40.
You
Yeah,
talking
it
about
has
Devin
to
and
be.
Tank? That
He's
shit never be.
cornering the market.
can I tap in?
That Nah,
Bro,
I just started talking. Let me just cook real quick. Hey, like this
60-40
is
in my
not no
head.
attack on Tank. This is just business.
It'll never
He
happen.
is the best option for Tank right now. As every day now, if he stinks it up against Regis, he's gonna blow it. He's gonna
Tio.
blow it. But I don't think he's gonna. Nah,
Tio.
T.O. got business issues that he can't handle right now. He's old. He's
Devin will never
old.
get 60-40 with Tank. He'll never get
He
60-40
has
with
to
Tank.
because of the position Tank is in. Tank is coming from his biggest, highest payday, his highest
Yeah.
pay-per-view numbers. He cannot take a step back. It's because of this. It's because of the situation that Devin has leverage, and Devin knows this. He
Nah,
knows
bro.
this. That's what he's doing. They're cornering the market. They're letting him see. You see, Tank called him out right after that fight. As soon as Shakur laid that egg, they put the target
He
right
said,
back on
I give you,
Devin's back.
what he say? He said, you'd be lucky if I give you 10%.
That's Twitter. When the lawyers get in there and they realize they need this guy to make this kind of money,
No.
to get the deals they want to get from whoever they're gonna move to in the future to get these fights because Al Heyman got a lot of PBC fighters, man. It
Hey,
ain't just
look,
about tanking them.
I'm going to let you
He got
cook,
a lot
John.
of
But I'm
people.
going to tell you one thing, right? Loma, Ryan, Frank Martin, and look, and Del Santos, hey, Del Santos off of the performance he did with Shakur, they might want to see Tank versus Del Santos to see what they can do because Del Santos, his partner rose. And you got
Those
Tio,
are
you got Ryan Garcia after he destroys the work thing, and he's calling out other people for belts up there. Yeah, now Devin might get a big fight with Ryan Garcia, and that might be a huge fight because they 3-3. But Tank could never give Devin Haney 40%, and that's just facts, dog.
he has to because Dev's doing the right thing. Dev's not taking no money matches. The only money match Dev is interested in is Tank. Everybody else is real competition. And every time he does that,
Yeah.
his I'm telling you the
John,
truth, man.
hey,
You're seeing it
John
happen in
always
real
come
time.
with some bullshit. He always come in with some bullshit. That'll never
How's
happen.
it bullshit? The last 3 months we've been
Southpaw
talking
will
about
never,
Dev and Tank. He's
bro.
cornering the market. This is business. He's making
Everybody's not talking
y'all
about
have to
Devin
make the
Tank.
fight now.
Everybody
Shakur
is
took
not
himself.
talking about Devin Tank, bro. Everybody's not talking
Yes, they
about
are,
Devin
man.
Tank. Al Heyman Tank, that's
Every
what they're about.
live
No,
is Devin and
I'm
Tank.
telling you.
Shakur
They
took himself
talking
out
about
the
Ryan
racing.
Tank. What they doing? Floyd
No one's
Mayweather
talking about
signed.
Ryan and Tank, man.
Yeah, Floyd
No one's
Mayweather is
talking about
signing
Ryan and Tank.
Ryan Garcia.
Ryan's
Yeah,
building himself
somebody
up.
talking
He's
about.
not going to rematch Tank once he builds himself up again.
Yes,
They might do
he
that
is.
fight in the
Why
future, but
would it
that's
be?
not the next big fight.
And Devin and Tank's not the next big fight.
It is. It has to be.
Who's got the okay? All right, Key, go
They
ahead.
they
Who
got to
got?
make that money.
Can I tap in?
Go ahead, Claymore. Go ahead, Claymore.
All right. I wanted to respond. I want.
Somebody got the echo
I want
on.
to give some.
Somebody has the
I want to
echo.
give some.
Somebody got to mute their.
All right. So I want to just give some pushback on two things. First of all, as far as me saying that Shakur is the boogeyman, why did I say he's the boogeyman? I don't think he's the most dangerous guy in the 135-pound division, but he was the
Okay, hell
boogeyman.
yeah. Hey, yeah, Knockout about to come talk to you about that, John Noah. This about to be funny.
All right.
Go ahead,
So
Claymore.
okay, so the reason I said he's the boogeyman is because he had the highest, as far as risk reward, he was the highest risk and the lowest reward. So fighting somebody like him could really do something bad to your career because he's going to build himself over you if you got something to lose. Whereas with Tank, he is the most dangerous guy and the face of the 135-pound division. I mean, pretty much boxing at the end of the day. But the payday is there, so everybody's going to still fight him, even if no matter how dangerous it is. It's no risk to fight him except getting knocked out. The reward outweighs the risk, so you're going to take the fight. Number two, as far as Shakur Stevenson putting
Hold
himself at
on,
the bottom.
Claymore. What do you mean? What's pathetic, Bullet? And
Say it
who you
again.
calling pathetic, bro? I'm talking to Bullet.
Oh, you talking to what?
I was talking to Bullet. He talking about pathetic. What's pathetic, Bullet?
Okay, my bad. Okay. And then the second thing I was going to say is Shakur Stevenson. There's no way Shakur Stevenson starts at the bottom. He has a
Salute,
WBC.
Ashley.
He has,
Hold on,
he has a
one
W.
second, Claymore. Salute to the Queen, Ashley's Corner. Peace and blessings. Welcome for the first time. I just raised you up.
All right. So I go.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
All right, no problem. Yeah, no problem. The WBC title's around that man's waist. He don't start at the bottom of nothing. All conversations that involve unifying, all conversations that involve undisputed, involve Shakur Stevenson at this point. There's nothing that can change that. They got to take that from him if they want it from him. So he doesn't start at the bottom. But I understand, though, he did hurt himself last night, stock-wise, as far as sellability, as far as making money is concerned, as far as Shakur being at the table of negotiations. Yes, he hurt himself last night, but he can fix that. But at the end of the day, he did the most important thing he was supposed to do last night, which was walk away with that WBC belt. Trust that. He has to earn back some points that he lost, but because of that WBC belt, he will be given an opportunity to get it back. He will not start at the bottom. Start at the bottom again. I just can't see it. Go ahead.
I could agree with that. I didn't. I mean, when I say start from the bottom, I mean start from the bottom and get in the Tank fight. He's not starting from the bottom of his career. He's still Shakur Stevenson. So I was only comparing that to the Tank fight possibility. He was in the runnings. I thought based off this performance, he was going to be the number one contender for that Tank fight because Tank's looking for a big fight to come off of his biggest selling fight with Orion. So I mean, it's a bad
It's gonna be
step
a boring
because
ass fight. That's why I don't really
Wait,
think
can I push
Shakur is
back real
likely to
quick on
get
that
that
one
fight
more
now for
time?
sure.
Go ahead. Go
for
ahead.
sure it is.
I would push back just to say that. I would definitely push back just to say
That's
that
the main
at the
issue
end
I
of
see. You
at
go in
the end
there
of the
laying stinkers. I don't see how you think you're gonna make the big fight.
um
So
at,
Shakur got to worry about that. At least with Devin, Devin is defensively able, but at the same time, Devin gets hit. So the level of excitement is more likely with Devin. So I feel like he got a better chance to get that fight than Shakur does at this point.
And that's
I,
precisely why Devin fighting these killers that he's fighting is raising his stock for that fight. He
Right.
looks more
And
vulnerable. He's
right.
fighting people
So
that could actually beat him.
Devin take
Man,
more
Devin
risks
got a
than
better
Shakur,
chance. Devin
even in
got a
the
better
ring.
chance to
Even
get
in
a
the ring.
Tank Davis
Like
fight because Tank
Devin.
Davis want him more, bro. That's what it is. Like
Oh yeah,
Tank
I'm
Davis
saying
want
even in the
Devin
ring,
over
Devin
Shakur,
Devin
bro.
style it puts him in the position to get hit more when he backing out. Like Shakur, real twitchy up top, even when he in the pocket. So just seeing what he did last night, putting his hand in his pockets, even when he got himself in.
Claymore, you went out, King.
Yeah, I'm
Man,
right.
Shakur,
I'm right here. I don't know.
Shakur,
But
Hey, I
Shakur
think
is Shakur is
I
scary,
think
bro.
knockout. Y'all hold on. I think
I, I,
knockout came up with.
Not oh Lord
Hey,
Jesus.
can I
Shakur is
jump
y'all
in
hold
right
on one
quick?
scary,
second.
bro.
Right quick, just to say
Hey,
put a
hold on,
foot back.
hold on, everybody, hold
Okay.
on.
All
I
right.
think knockout came up to the top to John Noor. I want to let them two get their
Nah,
turn.
I'm just I'm
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
I'm just here to talk boxing with y'all for a little bit. But Shakur is
Okay.
scary, bro.
All right.
But
So
Shakur is
yeah,
scary, bro.
Oh yeah,
He
not
didn't want
scared
to
to
get hit.
kill, cautious. Let's just say he was cautious.
Nah,
It's
bro, he's
cool to be
scary, bro.
cautious too. It's just the fact that he
He's
came
scary,
to
bro.
not
Listen,
lose.
you don't.
He
The
came to
only
not
when we want to
lose
talk
other
about
people to
when we
fight.
want to talk about, hold on, Roger got here. Let me cook, bro. I ain't like I've been cooking for a minute. Listen, bro. When Shakur, Devin, and Tank, they all talk a certain way, but only one of them actually fight how he talk, bro. This nigga Shakur showed me last night, bro, that he is when if he feel like he got you, if you 35 years old and you Jamel Herring, if you 5'2" and you not explosive and you Oscar Valdez, oh nigga, I'm on my front foot. I'm making you miss and making you pay. I'm right there with you. I believe in my skill set like no other. But if you put me in there with somebody that got some power, that's explosive, that's athletic, I'm gonna put my hands in my pocket and I'm gonna do so bad that my highlights are gonna be jabs and fucking foot feints. That boy, so I would ask anybody that's talking about Shakur on a certain level and he a special fighter and he real good and he this and he that. I would ask you, bro, if he gets in the ring with Jeremiah Nakathila and shows that level of respect for his power. When I watch Raymond Muratala get him out in a round and a half and Tito Mercado get him out in a round and a half, then he turns around and he fights Edwin De Los Santos and shows him that much respect. When I'm watching William Foster have a way better performance against him than Shakur did. If he's showing them type of respect, can y'all fucking imagine, bro? It's fight night. It's 16,000 people in the stadium. It done did a $20 million live gate. It's Tank and Shakur. It's two black American fighters. So maybe they did like 500,000 pay-per-views. Madonna over here. Migos over there. Denzel over there. Patrick Mahomes over there. Can you imagine the type of respect that he gonna try to show Tank Davis getting in the ring with him if he's showing that type of respect to these niggas, bro? He gonna put his hands in his pocket. He gonna take his back foot and he gonna run away the whole fucking fight, dog. It's a trend at this point. This is the second time that he's fought someone with real power and he did this shit, bro. He's a front runner. He don't want smoke for real. He talk all this shit about whooping somebody ass, doing all this other shit. If he's who his fans say he was, we'd have saw Canelo versus motherfucking Floyd Mayweather the other night, bro. We would have saw Terrence Crawford what he did to Earl Spence. And what I mean by that is, bro, it's special fighters. They do what they do no matter who in front of them. Terrence Crawford looked at Earl Spence, looked at Kell Brook, looked at David Avenesian, and he looked at all them motherfuckers the same. You know what, bro? I'm still gonna use my distance. I'm gonna power back box your ass. I'm gonna walk to you, and I'm gonna get you the fuck up out of here because my counter punching and my timing is so great, and I believe in myself like that. Shakur don't do that. He believe in himself when it's somebody he know he got the upper hand on. I done sparred Jamel Herring 100 times. I know he can't fuck with me, so I'm a dog now. I'm gonna poke my chest out at this nigga. He get in there with a threat. All that heart, all them balls y'all say he got, all that tenacity. That nigga ain't a dog for real, bro. I know what a dog look like. He ain't that. He gonna get in there against a real boxer puncher and he gonna fold, bro. He's scared of boxer punches. Anybody that can match wits with him just a little bit, but they got pop too. That nigga taking that back foot, and you'll be lucky if you get a jab out that nigga. Much less a 1-2 or a 1-2-3, bro. That nigga don't want no smoke, bro. All that 50-50 him and Tank shit, man, that shit gone. That nigga can't fuck with Tank Davis, dog. He can't
Hey,
fuck
hold on
with
one
Tank
second.
Davis, bro. At
Hold
all,
on,
my
hold on
nigga.
one second.
So when the
Hold on
last
one
time
second.
Tank fought somebody like him?
Hold on one second.
oh,
Shout out to
wait,
my
wait.
guy freaking. Shout out to my guy freaking File for the $2 holler, mix it with a cup of Coca-Cola. Just like the Royal Rumble from back in the day. Exactly. Let him get down. Let him get down.
Who did Tank fight like him?
It don't matter. That ain't what
Oh,
I'm
what do you mean
saying,
don't
bro.
matter?
I'm telling you why. That ain't what I'm saying, Big Dog Willie. What I'm saying is, name me the time you seen Tank just run from a motherfucker, bro.
And name me a time
Are
he's
you
been
talking
in
about
there
the
with a fighter
competition
where
that
he
he
was
had?
forced to run.
Name me a time
Name
that
the
you seen
competition
Tank
that he
run from a
had.
motherfucker, bro.
He has a point. Tank
Let,
don't be
let
fighting
me
no
get
athletic fighters. He has
when
a point.
the competition he had.
Wait, y'all hear me?
Are you considered so now Edwin De Los Santos, who lost to William Foster, who just got outboxed thoroughly by Henry LeBron. Now we acting like Edwin De Los Santos is the shit. That's what we
William
doing.
Foster's an athletic fighter too.
That's what we doing.
Y'all gotta
I'm just
listen to
saying.
That's what it is now.
No,
Now
no, no,
Edwin
no,
De Los
no, no,
Santos
no.
is the
Because
shit.
you're picking really. You're really cherry picking right now. Because I'm trying to remember when the Tank fought somebody as athletic as De La Santa.
My guy William Foster had a bad day.
It
That's
hasn't
all that
happened
was.
yet. It hasn't happened.
As athletic as Edwin De Los Santos, nobody. But Pedraza's a better fighter than him.
Possibly, but the
Ain't no
athletic,
possibly.
the
He's a better fighter
athleticism
than him when Tank
is the
fought him.
He's
Leo
not
Santa
nearly as
Cruz.
fast.
Leo Santa Cruz is a better fighter than him.
I
Not
think
nearly
yeah,
as
but that
fast.
style is not going to test Tank. The athleticism is going to test Tank and a lot of these
Okay,
other young
so
fighters.
explain
Tank's more
to me
athletic fighter.
why Shakur did the same thing against Nakathila then.
Because he struggles with
Since y'all
athleticism.
want to come in what I'm saying, why he do the same thing to Nakathila, bro?
No,
I'm not
it's no.
disagreeing with
You cherry
that.
pick knockout.
I do think Shakur has problems with athletic fighters. I agree with you. I wouldn't call him scary, but that's something he can work on. He has the skill
Bro,
set to deal with it. It's a
you don't
mindset
get
thing.
to talk how he talks and then show that type of respect to people, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
we
I
I
got
know.
agree.
so
I
He
know.
made
I
he
know,
made a
man.
misstep. He made a misstep fighting that
You
way
don't
that
get to
last
tell
night.
me as a fight fan, yo, tune into my shit Thursday night. I'm finna whoop this motherfucker ass. I'm finna step on him. I'm finna show him on a different level. I'm finna show that I'm special. I got Terrence Bud Crawford walking me out. I got Andre Ward walking me out. I'm finna show y'all that Shakur Stevenson is just different. And then go do that shit.
Hey,
The fuck
knockout,
out of here, bro.
KO.
knockout.
Hey, hold on, hey, hold
no
on, hold on,
knockout,
hold on,
no
hold on. Let me
knockout.
jump on that.
Yo,
Who you
Mike
KO.
mean?
check.
So hold
Yo,
on. Hey, KO.
One at a
So
time.
I
One at a
think
time,
I
man.
Hey,
know.
y'all
that's what I'm
I
saying.
can't
Let
shut
me
hear
up.
jump
none of
in because
y'all.
y'all been cooking. Let me
Hey,
get in
hey,
this A1.
hey, calm down. Key, direct this key.
I got you. Can you hear me?
Hey,
Yeah,
Key.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, shout out to all the kings that just joined. Shout out to Deem. Shout out to KO. Big Dog Willie. Shout out to y'all kings. We're gonna go with. I want everybody to keep their opponent in head. I know we all cooking up here. So let me go with Deem, and then afterwards, A1, go ahead and with your rebuttal, and then Big Dog Willie. So go ahead, Deem.
Hey, man, I want to say shout out to all the bros on here. This is what I love right here, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Dean.
Upper Echelon. Thank you, Keith, for allowing me to come on
Salute,
your
Dame.
platform. Hey, yo, John Nori, I
Salute,
gotta
boy.
say, big dog, I'm sorry.
Whoever in the back,
Uh,
we got 10 up here. Ain't no more, ain't nobody else coming through, people. It's
hey,
people got
John
to
Nori,
wait.
I am
They get
sorry,
it.
sir. Um, Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, from what I saw last night, that's gonna be a lot closer than I said. I said he was gonna wash Devin Haney. I no longer think that. I am sorry, John. I got deep, bro. If I could yell and scream at you, I gotta tell you when I'm wrong. Knockout boxing 86, my brother.
I
I
told
was
you I was
wrong, my
close.
guy. I was wrong. You said Dean. You said he gonna show he's special and he gotta separate himself. Me and Upper was talking last night. He did not separate himself, not a little bit. And I told y'all this fight went exactly how I predicted. Y'all could go on my channel and check it out. I said the first 7 to 8 rounds is gonna be close. The last four, Shakur is gonna win decisively. But I know what I saw last night. And what I saw is somebody who better not get in the ring with Tank Davis, boy, if you want to keep that zero by the side of your name. Because let me tell you this. Edwin De Los Santos, I got to give it credit to Devin Haney. Edwin De Los Santos is not a better fighter than Lomachenko, man. I'm going to keep saying this. He is not a better fighter than Lomachenko. Devin Haney was more active. He is more active in the ring than Shakur Stevenson. And what I didn't like is me and Upper talked about this last night, and Upper agreed with me too. This is the major thing. When it was time to turn up, I could tell he knew it was time to turn the heat up. He didn't. He didn't. He stuck to, you're not, if you're an active fighter, you're not going to beat a Tank Davis who is landing power shots while you are landing jabs, sir. Y'all both threw 10 punches. He landed 3, 4. You landed 5, 6, but his was power shots, sir. You are not going to beat this man. It's going to look like you're avoiding exchanging with him, just like it looked last night. But Tank is way better than De Los Santos. So, and before I get off and pass it, you went up there and was saying Tank name. You got up there, sir, and you said that Devin Haney ran out the ring. You said, sir, you're at number one for now. You were smiling. You didn't have that big smile on your face last night. You didn't call nobody name. You, when they asked you what you wanted to do, Shakur Stevenson, you did not call nobody name. You sat up there and said, I'm going to figure it out and do all this other stuff. I need to take a break. I can't allow you to do that, sir. If you who you say you are, you've been shouting both of these men names when the whole world and got the eyes on you. You didn't say anything. You didn't say nothing. How dare you when somebody asks you who you want to fight next, you say you got to figure it out. You should be shouting Tank name to the heavens if that's what you truly wanted. And I'm going to pass it on. Thank you for letting me get it off.
I don't know who it was, but somebody named run with Schmock out Schmockson always told y'all niggas always call niggas out when they got a fight coming up, but when they get free, niggas whole energy change. I don't know who that was. Maybe his name rhymed with Schmock out Schmockson or some shit. I don't know. I don't know who told y'all that before, but y'all go ahead.
Facts. Go ahead, A1. What you got to cook on, King?
No, I was just gonna say, like, so for KO joint what he was cooking on earlier, right? So I touched on shit. I'm trying to think which way I want to go with this, man. I touched on it last night, kind of a little bit what Dean was saying about how they man, fuck that. I'm not going to touch on that. So back to KO thing when he originally brought up, bro. Because I'm like thinking which one of these I want to attack with it. So KO, when you look at Tank, bro, and I said this last night, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna agree with this. From the perspective of when it come to all these niggas doing all this talking, when it come to I'm gonna do this, that, and the third to a fighter, the only person that's literally doing exactly what they saying is Tank. And that's just again, that's no hate, no slight to any of these fighters. Tank is the only one that's saying, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna put you to bed, I'm gonna tuck you in, and you staying asleep. He the only one that can say it, and he in there doing it. He might not even say that much. He's like, I'm gonna prove this, that, and the third to whoever he's fighting, he going in there and doing it. We all know everybody else, all the rest of them don't have that type of power. They don't have that type of, you know what I'm saying? They don't have that swag behind when they said they're gonna go in there and do it. So that's like almost a mute point, bro. That we done heard Dev say, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. Whereas Shakur say, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third, right? At the end of the day, they go in there and get a win. You're okay, baby. Go sit down, okay? At the end of the day, we're literally seeing them go in there and do what? The ultimate thing is to walk out of there with a W, however it happened. You're gonna have critiques on they could have did more, they could have did less. Edwin could have did this, Shakur could have did that. But at the end of the day, he walked out with a belt, minimal damage, and he won the fight, right? So people could like you at a certain level, and people critiquing you over the fact that you won a fight. People can say he not special, he not generational talent, this, that, and the third. You're not gonna know that until he fights somebody that's gonna bring that out of him. We didn't like he's like KO said earlier. We seen him put on this performance before, which I've been stated too. He done did this. Hey, get out of here. He done did this before, so it's no surprise that he didn't put his hand in his pocket. He was just more defensively responsible than he was at willing to take risks on the offensive standpoint of it. So when let's say he go to fight Tank, my thing is, and me and Key talked about this earlier, on the road and the fact that you going to go get that Tank sweepstakes, you're not going to do something to put yourself at risk of being taken out of that sweepstakes because it'll all be for naught. If you go in there to fight Tank and let's say he sits to engage more, with everybody saying he likely not going to do it based off his last performance yesterday, let's say he's sitting there and engage more and he engaged the whole time and he don't get slapped, right? People going to give him kudos. Let's say he gets slapped. That's what's expected when you're fighting Tank. So it's like I honestly personally think he's going to take more risks with Tank because you're fighting a person that's the expectation, and he's considered the best at 135. Obviously, he's the money man, but everybody say he's the best. Everybody claim he's the best and Dev's the best. So it's like Dev moved to 140. Ain't no point in saying Dev no more unless you go into 140. Tank is the only other name he should be calling. He said Loma. I honestly think he lined up fighting Southpaws because he's trying to get ready for Tank. So he trying to fight different elements that's gonna bring that out of him so he can figure out how he gonna try to deal with Tank. That's just my personal opinion. When he get there, I think he gonna fight more. He not gonna be on the back foot as much. I could be wrong,
Thank
but that's what I think.
Well, thank you, King. That was a great breakdown. I appreciate your perspective. But I gotta call out the elephant in the room. Is it the same way how Devin they say is getting ready for Tank by fighting Loma and Regis? Food for thought. Let's go to Big Shaq the God. What you got to cook on, King?
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Peace to the panel. What's good with y'all? So I'm gonna keep it real, man. I stayed up
What's
real
up,
late
bro?
on the Thursday
Peace.
trying to watch this, John. I'm a 42-year-old man, so that was extremely difficult at 10:30 on a Thursday. And when this boy went in there and started laying eggs, man, I tell you, that was an extremely boring performance. I think we all know that he's a talented fighter. The question is he a generational talent? That's what we're trying to figure out. And he did not show that last night. You can't be in these type of fights when you got the nation looking at you in there trying not to lose. You're supposed to be trying to put on a spectacular performance. The big issue I've got with the young man is he's calling out the top guys. He want to get in there with Tank. Now you want us to pay upwards to $100 for this fight. I'm not paying to see that, bro. Like, the problem is, I think he knocked himself out of contention for that fight because he's so talented defensively and athletically that he can stay out of the way of Tank all night. And Tank wants to counterpunch as well. So the way I'm looking at it, any matchmaker would say that that is a boring ass fight waiting to happen. And I'm really not interested. I think between those two, I think Devin has a better chance of getting that fight because we've seen Devin get hit, put himself in a position to get hit. And that's what ultimately people want to see, some risk being taken and a possibility of an explosive conclusion. And I just don't see that with Shakur Stevenson, man. And I'm going to say this when I get off. The dilemma we got like a sort of a dichotomy going on because it seemed as though Devin and with that fight last night, Shakur, they fighting a tougher, younger competition. But Tank Davis is finishing cats and making it look great. So the consumers are more than likely going to lean in the direction that looks the best. And I think these guys need to keep that in mind. When they taking these big fights, they got to get into their mind that they got to go in here and fight these guys, not just survive and win, if they're trying to really be a draw in the sport. I'll give it up to y'all.
Great breakdown, big dog.
Shout
I
out to
agree.
you.
I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Shout out to
Hey,
you. Thank you. Thank you for your
that
opinion. Go ahead, Upper.
was good. Nah, hey, that was a great breakdown right there. That's all I gotta say right there.
Who
Go ahead.
has a who? Oh,
I,
Big Dog Willie. Big Dog Willie. What you got to say, King?
What's up, big dog Willie?
What's up, Dean? What's up, K?
Who's that
Man,
that just did? Who's that that just did that breakdown?
that was
that's Big Shot.
big
You said
shot.
what?
Big Shot the guy.
Big shock to God, my guy.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Uh, quick one. I mean, Shakur laid an egg last night. I ain't gonna lie, say he didn't. I mean, in
Somebody
terms of
breaking up.
performance,
Was that my phone?
it's your phone.
Yeah, that's you, bro.
Let me go out and come
Yeah,
back in.
yeah.
But you
So
sound clear, Upper. You sound clear. I don't know what your feedback is, but you sound clear. But we clear on here.
you guys ready?
Go ahead,
Yeah.
big dog.
Okay. So yeah, he laid an egg last night. He didn't. He put his hands in his pocket, but he got the win. I
Yup.
think what it is with me is the comparisons, and then people say, "Well, he's not this, he's not that." He had a bad night, and the other two boxers that we talk about, that's grouped in Tank and Devin, had bad nights too. And I seen Tank had a bad night against a very, very old fighter who tore his Achilles during the fight, and it didn't look good at all. He eventually got the knockout with his no chin having ass, but he didn't look good at all. So I mean, you guys are kind of picking, cherries, knockout. You doing that? So um, the man had a bad fight. So, and I can't really say that in terms of Tank. Tank had a fight anybody like that before himself. So, um,
Uh,
and who did he really separate? I mean, who's his
That's
tougher competition
funny
except
right
for
there. They
Garza?
not to let me back in. Talking about the studio was full. I'm like, huh? Yeah.
Huh?
I said they act like it didn't want to let me back in. Talking about the studio was full. I'm like, how
Yeah,
you
she
don't let
let
the
you back
host back?
in.
He can hear
But
you,
let me
bro.
finish this. Let me finish this up real quick
Oh, go ahead. My
before
bad.
yeah. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. I mean, that's all. I mean, I think there's a lot of criticism towards him, and we all know he didn't fight well last night. But for you guys to just say, "Oh, he's not this, he's not that," he had a bad fight. And the other two fighters on that list that we're talking about had bad fights too. So um,
um,
let's not jump to conclusions.
I hear you,
And
but it was a it was
I
it was a it was a
I hear
high
you.
pressure situation. Shakur needed to show something. He didn't show anything, and that's the part that
That's the
warranted
problem.
the critique really, because we seen Dev be vulnerable with Loma, and he pulled it out. Man, that 12th round showed me a lot. We seen
Oh,
Tank be vulnerable with Barrios. You know, he was getting a little pieced up a bit here and there,
Hmm.
and he got the distance. So yes, they haven't fought a Santos, but from what we've seen from the other two fighters, they seem to be a little bit, maybe a level or two above him. Not in talent, but in mindset.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure De Los Santos is better than Ryan Garcia. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I can't sign. I don't know. I can't go with that. I'm not. I don't know.
Ryan
Yeah,
Garcia,
it'll be a good fight.
That'd be
Ryan
a
might
great
sleep
fight,
him.
John Noy.
Santos
That's
might
what.
sleep him. You know, that's
Yeah,
a
like
yeah, I
crazy
don't
fight.
know
Ryan.
about that, man.
Ryan.
Ryan Garcia has no
Ryan
defense.
has
real
no
quick.
fear.
So, I
But
listen
the
to
but
my
the
homie. I listen to my
the
homie
fact that
Big
he has
Dog
no
Willie.
defense will make for a better fight though, because he gonna get hit.
I think
All right.
Ryan's
I
ceiling.
listen
I
to my
think his
homie Big
ceiling's
Dog
higher than
Willie,
Getting crazy.
and I listen to my homie A1 who's on. This is what I would tell both of y'all. First, for you, Big Dog. Look, bro. At the end of the day, all bad performances or bad nights as you call them, they ain't created equal. And your guy's bad performance, bro, he put his motherfucking hands in his pocket and he himself apologized for the goddamn performance. And they had to
Facts.
show us jabs and footprints. In the
Show us
bad
cash.
performance that you talking about with Tank Davis, he put a motherfucker down 3 times and stopped him at the end of the fucking fight. So all bad performances
Yeah.
ain't created equal. If you want to call that a bad performance, that's what I would tell you about that. And it's not one bad night, bro. He has shown a propensity now to run away from power. He has showed a propensity now to where if he feels like he is better than you, if he feels like he has one up on you, yes, he will power box. He will sit in that pocket, barely make you miss and make you pay and look like a fucking savant. But if you want to talk about common opponents, Tank Davis has fought plenty of fighters that look like Oscar Valdez. What the fuck he do to him?
Knock
Mm.
their ass
What,
out.
what the
Now,
fuck you do to him? Now, to my homie A1 Hoop on, Tank ain't putting on those performances, bro, and getting knockouts because of power. He's setting shots up. And I try to tell y'all all the time, bro, go look at the Leo Santa Cruz knockout. That was ring IQ. Leo Santa Cruz got knocked out throwing a combination that he had success with multiple times in the fight before he got knocked out. Go look
Hmm.
at Mario Barrios knockdowns and knockout.
yeah,
Mario Barrios got knocked out in the middle of a 2-1 combination that he was having success with
line him
earlier
up.
in the fight. Go look at the Rolly Romero knockout. He got
Rolly.
knocked
True.
throwing a combination that he was
Line
having
him up.
success with earlier in the fight. So to think that Tank Davis knockouts are off of power, I would encourage everyone to study the science a little bit more and look at what's actually happening. What's happening is he's picking up on guys' tendencies. His timing is phenomenal. His
Hmm.
power punching ability is phenomenal. Couple that with the power, that's what's producing the knockouts, bro. It's not just power, dog. It's a
And
lot
the
of shit
footwork.
coming behind that shit, bro.
I
Hmm.
So
keep it a
please
buck.
pay
All right,
Tank
attention,
don't
bro.
really
but
got no holes in this game, man. We just waiting to see the top three fight each other. Tank is
that's
obviously by the eye test. Tank is the best. We just need to see
exactly.
all of these three cats fight each other.
And
That's the
oh,
only knock I
and the
got
other
on
But
Tank.
thing too, bro. The other thing too that I wanted to say to y'all, bro. Like I hear that, bro, but to think that Shakur is going all of a sudden like, okay, I showed Edwin De Los Santos all this respect, and I ran from him and put my
Yeah.
hands in my pockets. Oh, I showed Jeremiah Nakathila all this respect, and I just outpointed him and got booed and put my hands in my pocket. Tank Davis, though, that's the one where nigga I'm gonna actually take a risk with.
No,
The problem
Absolutely
okay,
not.
but listen,
I
but
can't
problem
but
is,
argue
check this.
against that.
let
How
me
Let's
get
you
this
listen real
last
practice
out.
quick,
is how
right?
you
Let,
perform, bro.
let me get this
How you
last thought out,
practice
y'all.
is
I
how
mean,
you
I'll be
perform.
quiet and I'll go on mute. The point to that is, bro, I watched the fight multiple times already because I fucking love this sport. Shakur Stevenson had plenty of time, bro. I'm watching Edwin De Los Santos miss badly and
Michael
run into the
Jackson and
rope and
Thriller.
shit. And Shakur did nothing but continue to be defensive, bro. And he didn't
Right.
take advantage
I
of
agree.
any
Yeah,
counter
agree with
punching
that.
opportunities, bro. So it's not that he was like, y'all gotta understand the difference between defensively responsible and actually like running and not engaging. He ran and
True.
didn't engage. He wasn't defensively responsible, bro. Edwin threw a right hook so hard one time and made the whole fucking ring shake because he hit the motherfucking ropes. Shakur turned and
Fact.
took 2 half steps back instead of turning and letting that nigga have it. He was wide open for multiple punches, bro. And he did that multiple times in that fight, bro. That's why he's getting criticism. Not because he fought defensive first. fight defense first. But when you make a motherfucker fall short with a jab multiple times in the fight, can I get you to plant your feet one time and throw a left hand?
Okay.
Like can I get you to plant your feet one
Let him
time
tap into
and
this.
counter them, bro? At least one. That's all I'm saying, bro. And I'll be quiet.
Big dog, right? You are 100% right on everything you're saying. I'm trying like that. He has to be criticized. He has to be held accountable for what he did last night. But you mentioned some things that we're not acknowledging, some of the intangibles that are involved in this situation, which is he had an injury in his left shoulder and with his left hand. This is what's going out right now. This is not from him. This is from people from the camp. This is from people outside the camp. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But what you said makes complete sense. What you're saying is, why didn't he throw that left? He had an opportunity there. The Shakur we seen last night deserves the criticism, but we can't act like before last night, he was the number one guy who would give Gervonta Davis any smoke. And I'm not saying he's going to beat Gervonta, but if there's anybody who's going to challenge Gervonta, we know it's Shakur Stevens. Last night can't change everything that we've seen from him and what we know who he is. It just can't do it. One bad night can't take away all those accolades. It
That's
just can't
true.
happen. It just
But
can't
that's
happen. So we have to give him another opportunity, and he's
we done
gonna get
gave
it
him.
because he has. Wait.
Yeah, they
He
did the
has
same shit to Tank.
he has another opportunity because he has that WBC belt. He's gonna
Y'all
get
let
a
me
chance to
respond
show
to him
out,
since he
and we're
talking
gonna
to me,
find
bro.
out if he's really the guy we saw last night, or if he was injured and that he had to actually. And if he was injured, if he was fighting with one arm last night, then we got to switch this whole conversation around and actually start giving him credit and saying, "Damn,
He
he
wasn't
only
injured.
had one arm and he carried you to fight that way." And what we got to
He
start
wasn't
also
injured
saying
before he
is,
started, bro. If you look in the
How
second
about
round,
that?
when he
Hold
got
on,
pulled over
we
by
hold on,
Santos,
hold on.
he
We
got
don't
that
know that
shot to
though
the
for sure.
body.
So I hear what you're saying, homie. I ain't mad at
wait,
nothing
hold on, let me
said.
just
Oh
close
my
out.
bad. I thought you was done.
I'm out the door
Go
with
ahead.
this one.
Go ahead,
If
bro.
it turns out he was fighting with one arm last night, if that's what it ends up
He
being,
wasn't.
he
How do you know
wasn't.
that? You just go ahead.
I
I'm
said
Finish what
saying
you
due
got
to that
saying.
shot.
Finish what you're saying.
if it turns out that he had an injury to his shoulder last night, an injury to his left hand, which is what Tim Bradley is saying happened today. He came out and said that yesterday. Other people were saying that they went to the camp and found out. If that was the case, then we have to reverse the whole conversation, and we got to start giving accolades to
No,
the young bull for boxing with one arm all night. And then we also have to start holding De Los Santos accountable and be like, damn, bro, you had a one arm dude in the damn ring and you couldn't even make nothing happen. That's what the conversation will turn into if it turns out that he did have the injury.
So I hear what you're saying, bro. And you ain't. I mean, I never tell nobody
Can I
what.
respond after y'all? Go ahead, knockout. I'm
Let me
sorry.
jump
now
in
let me go.
first,
I'm gonna go
Dean.
out the knockout this
I
time,
give
bro. I'm gonna go out the
Okay.
knockout.
Let
I
knockout
just
go
give
first.
I
Go
give my
ahead.
stance and I give my opinion based on what I see and what I think. So I've given up on him as a threat to Tank Davis. But if you haven't, bro, that's your opinion. I ain't mad at that. I still think he's a very good defensive fighter, not special, not generational, and I maintain that opinion. Now, as far as the injury, bro, if anybody up here know me, they probably already know what I'm about to say. All that, I don't care nothing about that because leading
Right.
up to the fight, bro, what you told me in the press conference, I'm about to beat this motherfucker ass. I'm about to do this. I'm
Facts.
about to do that. So after you go put it down there and lay an egg, I don't want to hear the leaks about he was dealing with an injury or he wasn't feeling himself. Because guess what? I would be willing to bet anybody, and I can never prove this. It's just a hypothetical. But if he went in there and he showed up and showed out, and he fucking stopped him, or he 12 zipped him and he beat him up, but Edwin was just tough. I don't think we be hearing nothing about no injuries, nothing about none of that shit. So I think we hearing that shit as an excuse because that shit didn't come up. You can't. If you gonna tell me you injured, I need to know ahead of time, bro. You can't be going in that bitch talking about you about to whoop a motherfucker. You about to show difference. You about to show you special. You got the number one pound for pound fighter in the world walking you out. The former number one pound for pound fighter in the world walking you out. You can't do all of that and then tell me you injured after laying an egg. I need to know ahead of time. I can't take that serious, bro. Not from him. He got to show me
So
something.
him
Like
saying he's injured before the fight, what is it going to do?
picture of his motherfucking hand. He on social media for everything else, dog.
Yep.
So you injured, your hand is swollen or something wrong with it. You can show that shit, but I'm not just taking your word for it, bro. After all the shit you said before the fight, because you was not talking like an injured fighter. You was talking about how you was in shape. I've been training for this since April. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I'm not trying to hear this shit after the fact, bro. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yo,
All right.
KO,
But
hold
hold
on.
on. Let me go real
can I get
quick.
in?
Hold on. Let me go real quick, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. But look, first off, like KO said, the day before the fight, they sat there at the weigh-in. He sat there, lifted up his shirt, told him man he was gonna beat him down and all this right there. I lost respect for Shakur at the end of the fight when he talking about I didn't feel well. Bro, this is the biggest fight that you've had so far. What you mean you don't feel well? But like I
Mm-hmm.
said, both his hands was working real good in the first round. I'm gonna tell you, if he did get injured, it was in that second round when De Los Santos caught him because he doubled the man over, and it was right there near like the sternum and the shoulder area, and he did take that shot right there. But hey, that happened in the fight. Your defense wasn't ready. You feel me? And he took that shot, and yes, that shot probably did it to him. But that's what happens in a fight. Canelo fought Liam Smith. He messed up his arm so the fight couldn't continue. A fight is a fight. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want no excuses. When you get in the ring, you get your ass whooped or however it goes. You knew how it was for you got in the ring. Like Gary Russell Jr. He had a shoulder injury. He said something before the fight, but he didn't say the shoulder, but we could see it. Shakur didn't have his thing hanging down like that. No. But like I said, the night before, Shakur told him man he was gonna beat him. He was showing his abs. He was holding his arms up. He was flexing with both arms. I don't want to hear that, and I don't want to hear that. I wasn't feeling good. No, just take it on the chin. You just did like you did with the Nakatilia fight. Okay, you need to get in there, get you a sparring partner that can hit you a few times because it's like Shakur ain't used to taking shots. And like I say like this, you can't out dodge everybody. Everybody is not going to not hit you. This is what I'm trying to tell you. And like me and Key talked about before, his body is susceptible. Yes, he got good head movement. Yes, he got good feet. But like we learned in football, I say it all the time. Coach always told us to aim for the waist because that waist gonna be there no matter which way them damn feet go or their head go. You aim for that waist, and that's what they do when they fight Shakur. And I feel like, look, he got to get that right there a lot established because Tank is a vicious body shot. Tank destroys the body.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, Shakur is not ready for that type of assault to his body. Like even Valdez got a piece of that damn body. Like and we don't like to talk about sparring, but that sparring tape that I broke down, you see, he was killing Shakur in his body. His body is his weakness. See, he's too prideful. He think everybody's not going for that headshot. Because a lot of people know the real truth about boxing. If you take away the body, the head will follow. And like I said, De Los Santos caught him in the second round in the body, and that changed the whole complexity of the fight. And yeah, I'm not gonna say Shakur was scared, but he was very cautious. De Los Santos fainted at that man one time, and that nigga hopped across the damn ring. So we
Listen,
can't say that. Y'all know y'all seen it when De Los Santos fainted and Shakur jumped like the man got stung. He
yep.
felt that power and he tried to get the hell away.
It happened at least 10 times.
He was trying to
But
get
can I
the
can I
box
say
and
this,
got
Ugly as
away.
y'all?
shit,
And
Rick.
that's what
OG Rick, that jersey, ugly as shit, boy.
Yo,
That's
can
an
I say
ugly
this,
ass
y'all?
jersey you got on, boy.
Can I say this? We gotta like I gotta give a two-part thing that I just want y'all to hear because I know what I saw last night. At the end of the day, De Los Santos, you're not off the hook neither, sir. Let me talk to you. You was running your mouth. You said you was coming to seek and destroy. You showed me
sold out.
nothing. This guy showed me nothing. Yeah, you was trying to rough him up a little bit. That stuff that De Los Santos was throwing at Shakur, spinning around like he was Michael Jackson in Thriller, and I'm bad. No, my guy, Tank Davis would never throw that. So now you and Shakur, Tank Davis and Shakur in the ring with each other. Tank is going to stay there. He's not going to sit there and lunge at you because you fainting. That's not going to work on a world class fighter. When you throw, I'll throw. But when I throw, and then think about it. Every time De Los Santos got close to Shakur, what did he do, y'all? He tried to grab him. See, I do this boxing thing. Well, how did Ryan Garcia get knocked out? Trying to throw a hook, try to press down on Tank, because now we close. As soon as he backed up, nah. The punch was so fast that we didn't even know what happened. Most people was like, oh, we didn't even see the punch until they slowed it down and you seen his body vibrating. So when you're fighting a smaller guy, mind you, Tank is little. He's going to give his height up. He's not going to just be walking towards Shakur all night. No, he's going to go in and out. Sometimes he's going to back up. He's going to make Shakur. De Los Santos was taunting Shakur about not engaging. We can't act like we didn't see that. He doing spin moves in there and everything too. Because he even started throwing his hands in the air like, come on, come on. But I clearly saw Shakur didn't want to do that. So nobody can convince me that when he gets in the ring with Tank, he goes from inactive to very active. I do not believe that. I just can't see that. Because you was worried about De Los Santos' power, who's not even in the same, forget the same class. He not even in the same school. He not even in the same.
Nah, he got power.
Yeah, no, well, I agree with you, Dean. But Santos got the same problem Boots got. They fight at a pace. They not really no press down fighters like that. So he was trying to cut the ring off, but his footwork was just not. It wasn't happening.
That's my point, John Nori. Now think of Tank. His footwork is amazing. His is there. So when he comes to cut the ring off, and you trying to grab for dear life, and he's smaller, so now you got to bend down to try to get him. That's exactly where Tank wants you at.
See,
like I said,
I'll give you that one more, and then
anybody like Shakur.
I was about to say that, Gibson. I'll give you one more. Not Gibson.
Well, hold on, John.
Bullet.
Let me just say this. I still believe that Shakur is special, y'all. The reason why I say this is because I still don't think nobody but Gervonta Davis beats him. So unless somebody else is going to show me that they could go in the ring, I don't care if it's Bourne. I care that it's Bourne, but what I mean is that's not going to determine if he wins the fight or not. What we feel, oh, he ain't engaged, he wasn't exciting, all that don't matter. He walked out there with the belt.
Dog, Muratala.
I'm glad you said that.
Muratala is a handful for that nigga, bro.
No, I see now.
Maybe,
you know
maybe
who
not.
Talking to.
Mm-hmm.
You know I agree with
Muratala
you.
is a problem for that nigga, bro. They gonna put that nigga in there with Navarrete to build up his confidence next nigga.
But
he might whitewash Muratala too.
Hold on, y'all. I'll let y'all rock real quick. What I'm saying is, I still do not believe that nobody but Gervonta Davis can outpoint Shakur Stevenson in the ring. So in that division, I believe he is special. Now he go up and wait and start messing around. We'll see how things go. But I agree. I think Muratala giving trouble. Abdullah Mason. I think it's a couple people that he have problems with. But I gotta see that part too, whether it was Bourne or not. That's all.
All right, just one quick point, and I'm gonna let you cook, KO. I know you want to get back in there and respond. I agree with most of what you said, Dean. Is just that you talking about Tank a few years ago. Tank a few years ago, yeah, I think he could have dealt with all of that running. But Tank nowadays, he don't throw enough to deal with that. That's not a good fight for Tank. Tank versus Shakur. That's gonna be a boring fight, and that's gonna have a controversial ending when the bell rings after the 12th round. That's not no shoe-in for Tank. Tank don't throw enough punches to outpoint Shakur, not when he's fighting like that.
But John Nori, he ain't got
the only thing that's saving Tank is the fact that Shakur's stock has dropped so low that they're not going to make the fight because of the money issues. That's the only reason saving Tank. I don't think that's a shoe-in for Tank. Not the way he fights now. He barely even throws uppercuts.
Man, you ain't got no shot against Tank.
He's not the same fighter that fought Leo Santa Cruz.
No shot against Tank.
He's better
at all.
Right. He's better now.
He's better to watch. Tank's better to watch, but Tank's a better fighter when he's more active.
Stop it.
Tank's not a better fighter when he's less active.
But John Nori, every time you seen him be not active, John Nori, it ends in that he don't have to throw a lot.
But he's not fighting. He fought better fighters when he was. He fought better fighters when he was active. He's fought less competition the more inactive he becomes.
Bro, them punch numbers is skewed, bro. Like he don't punch in the first 3 rounds of the fight, so it don't look big. But he start turning up, bro.
He does.
He start turning up and letting.
That's not going to be enough against Shakur.
But John Nori, can I ask you this, John Nori?
You know why? You know why, Jay Nori? Because he's not going to have to worry about anything coming back at him, bro.
Exactly.
Shakur's going to be scared for his fucking life, bro. He's not going to have to worry about anything.
Tank is a counter puncher at heart. That's not going to work. He's going to have to change. He's going to change back the clock of time and turn into Tank back in the day. And take a lot of shots.
Counter puncher, bro. Have you seen him? He when he goes into walk down mode, he will lead and counter at the same time, bro.
When he feel like not gonna be there.
You know when he decides to do that when he don't respect what's coming back at him.
But Shakur not gonna be there. Shakur he don't have to respect it.
He's not gonna be there.
Somebody that will not want.
This ain't Leo Santa Cruz. This ain't man. Come on.
Yeah,
hey,
like we have to make sense of it. Yes, he might not get the fight because of his performance, but you still have to beat him.
Can I
Bro,
ask you this though,
if
bro?
they do fight, Shakur Stevenson will punch less than Tank, bro.
That's
And that's the problem.
that. But
Which
John Nori,
means
let me ask you this.
he will not be losing rounds to a motherfucker punching less than him that's on a back foot, scared to engage, and everyone can see it, bro. He's not losing. He's
Thank
not,
you.
bro. He's not getting
You
the
better
same rounds
you
they
better
gave
hope Shakur
He's
don't
not
have a
getting
chin
those
at all,
rounds
because that's the
against
only
Tank,
way
bro.
he gonna win fighting like that.
Bro, he's not getting. Do you know the business
It
of
don't
boxing,
matter
bro?
if you got a
You
chin
go in that
versus
bitch
Tank.
with Tank, and you scared to let your hands go, and he walking forward, and you throwing foot feints and jabs all night. They not giving you them rounds, my nigga.
Thank you.
Yeah,
No,
but if you run
Rounds,
if you're running
no.
into a jab and you're not hitting him, it don't matter how it looks.
John
That's
Nori,
the
you really
problem.
believe Tank is not going to hit Shakur? Shakur don't believe that. You
Here's the
really think he?
problem. Shakur, if Shakur is willing to do that on his biggest night, what do you think he'll do against Tank?
But
worse,
that's our point though, John Nori. When you
worse.
go in there with Tank Davis and you're not active, you're not going to win the rounds. You hit me with 2 jabs. Let's just say Shakur Stevenson hit him with 6 jabs in a round. Gervonta Davis hit him with 3 or 4 power shots in that same round on counters. They're going to give the round to Gervonta. They're
And he's the
going
one
to give
walking
the round
forward
to
too.
him. Power
That's what
shots
you're
outweigh
assuming.
jabs. No, that's what I
Yeah,
That's
know.
what you're
that's what you're
assuming.
assuming. That's nitpicking right there.
And he's the
That's
one.
what you're assuming.
Hold on.
What I said
No,
was
And
it's
that's
he's
a
gonna be
the
fact
it's
on how
gonna
they
be
score
it's
fights.
gonna be a controversial decision because it's not gonna be that easy.
Hey, y'all, so
And he
y'all
will be
telling
the
me
one
that
walking
power
forward, bro.
shots are not weighed more than jabs?
It
They
ain't gonna always
are.
be power shots every round, my guy.
From
All right.
who? From who?
All
Who is
right.
not going to be power shots every round?
Some rounds gonna be mostly Shakur's jabs. Some rounds Tank gonna get a good shot in. It's gonna be controversial because he's gonna make it that way.
Tank
Nope.
Davis fought somebody that was supposed to
Unwatchable.
be explosive
Listen.
and very fast
All right.
hands, and Ryan Garcia, and made him look slow.
No, Ryan Garcia,
All right.
come on.
Listen.
Shakur
First of
Stevenson fought
all,
somebody
Ryan
that was
Garcia
supposed
has
to be fast and
a left
explosive,
hook. That's all
and
he
never met
has.
Santos, and he looked slower.
Okay,
Ryan
first of
Garcia
that
all,
got
one.
left
when
hook,
Tank,
Hold on.
who has no
And it's
defense.
because of this
Hold on,
unwatchableness
Kings.
that
Hold on,
Shakur bring
Kings.
it to the. All right, go ahead, Key.
Hold on, John Nori. I appreciate y'all for cooking. Let me get Ray Davis up in here. Shout out to Bullet for coming onto the panel. Ray, what you got to cook on,
What's up,
King?
Bullet?
Oh, and I'm sorry about Quentin Randall losing last night, y'all. That's
Salute, big dog.
one of Quentin Randall's homeboys right there, Rick Tim. So my apologies. I'm sorry. It's a bittersweet moment. But what you got to cook on, King?
all right. So first, let me say that.
And let me come at the Ray.
Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead. You got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be brief, man. Salute to my guy Q. Last night, immediately after he lost, he posted on his social media, chin up, chest out. The better man won tonight. Congrats to my opponent. I'm gonna be back. I mean, there's nothing more to be said about that. What I saw last night with out of Quentin Randall and Shakur, they both talk cash shit about what they was gonna do, and neither one of them was able to deliver when they got in that ring. Q felt that young power from that
Mm-hmm.
young bull, and he decided not to engage like he should have. That constant pressure, that constant energy from that youngster, even though he was lackadaisical, it made Q keep his hands home, and that's what his inactivity cost him badly. So salute to Brian Norman Jr. Q got to get back on his horse. It's gonna be a hell of a hill to climb, being 33 and with that poor of a performance. Now, as far as Shakur go, man, I mentioned earlier in the chat, in football terms, the dude he didn't want to get crunk with it. Man, hold up, y'all. I gotta, am I echoing?
Nah, you
No,
sound
you
pretty
good.
good.
Nah, you good. You got a little background, but you
All
good.
right.
You crispy. Go ahead.
Damn.
Good.
Anyway, to sum it up, dog, Shakur, he did what he normally do. He underperformed. The dude is a lot more talented than he showed, and nobody's still beating him but Tank. And that's all I got,
Facts,
y'all.
Ray.
All right. So first thing I'm going to touch on, I'm going to go in order. So we talk about his injury. I think Upper said it best. That man got hit with a body shot. Now I didn't see the other body shot that he said he hit his left side, but I know when Shakur got hit with that body shot and his whole rib turned red, he felt that. that said, I'm not throwing this counter again. No way. That was I thought it was first round, but he said it was second round. He said I ain't throwing that again. Now, on the next part, it ain't no injury. The man was holding his belt, grabbing, dapping, holding hands with people, and all shaking hands. You don't do that with hurt hands if your hand is swollen or whatever, because you don't want nobody messing with it. You don't know what the injury is.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's number two. Now, as far as him fighting Tank, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that is not going the way, John. It's not going the way you think it's going to go. There's no way if he did this against a lesser powerful opponent, and the guy that actually can box, a guy that can back up, fight off the back foot, a guy that can counter, a guy that can come forward and do high guard, swing hooks, and they both lefty, because it seemed like he had a trouble with him being a lefty and a power fighter. That's what it seemed like he had trouble with the most.
See, Shakur's like Crawford. He's not really a southpaw fighter. He's a right-handed fighter fighting in southpaw.
I thought he was always listed as a southpaw.
He's a southpaw. He's a lefty.
I think Shakur is lefty, my dog.
He's a lefty, man.
Again, bro. I don't want to compare Bud to no motherfucking Shakur no more, bro.
I respect that. Number one pound for pound.
Let me wrap it up.
Ashton Corner just said it. Shakur's right-handed. I thought he was. I thought he fight just like Bud.
Oh shit.
They both right-handed fighting in the southpaw stance.
Okay, so that's even worse for him, because if he's doing that, then he literally had the advantage then.
See, he was just like Bud. I'm telling you, he's a southpaw, a right-handed southpaw.
Yeah, he could have reversed that and had a different type of fight, especially with this dude, the way he was coming in and throwing them wild shots. So that just changed everything. Man, listen, I'm just going to put the bicycle in the chat and just say, you know what, I'm done with it. I don't even want to talk now. That just threw a whole curve in the mix. But regardless, he ain't got nothing for Tank. No way.
But you gotta understand that when he on his bike, Tank don't fight bikes. He don't fight cyclists.
Listen,
he don't. That ain't gonna be no easy fight.
And wait for him to come to him.
He gotta fight.
You're not gonna beat Shakur playing wait for the duck. It's not gonna happen.
I'm
all right.
I'm not far from Shakur town, but I'm gonna state it that way. But I'm just gonna let you know, man. I was rooting for him. I've been rooting for Shakur since he came in.
Facts.
I stopped rooting for Shakur when he started talking real crazy. I don't know if that was Jay Prince stuff from down in Houston. No disrespect to Houston. But he's been a different dude since he moved out of here and got with Bud and down there with Jay Prince. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just saying that man he's a different person. I'm not saying that, and I still root for him. Obviously, he's you know me, but there's no way he is beating Tank. One-handed Tank, two-handed Tank, one-handed Shakur. Man, Shakur can have 3 bikes. He is not beating Tank. For real. I don't know what, man. He better claim his hand hurt if he get in the ring with Tank. But
hey, Ray, it looked like at one point he got stung by a bumblebee the way he jumped back. I thought he was about to jump out the damn ring.
He did that like 3 times because he ain't want to walk into that left hand. He knew what he was doing. But so anyway, let me get back to what I'm saying. So right now, he is the, as Claymore said earlier, he is the food of the division. Everybody feel that they got
the
a shot,
food,
especially the food. Listen to what I'm saying.
The food to who? Besides
Tank, see, now y'all overselling it now.
Come on now, don't get. He
ain't a day in life that man food for nobody.
Y'all gotta let me talk. Let me finish. Y'all got y'all piece in. What I'm telling you is, he's the food of that vision, because now people think that they see something, just like they thought they seen something in Frank, when they thought they seen something in Regis, when they thought they seen something in Devin, when they thought they seen something in Tio. Every time somebody got into a tough jam or a tough fight, everybody thought they seen something, and everybody want to jump in and say, yeah, now we got you. We know what your weaknesses are. We know how to fight you. It doesn't matter if they win or lose. They just see something now. And anything that helps, a strategy. What Tim said, it's like it's a playbook. They just put the playbook out. And he just said, okay, I know your weaknesses. Now let's go win this game. Doesn't mean they're going to win, but they see it. They see the opportunity. That's what I'm saying about food.
Man,
So,
I can
normally,
understand your mindset.
okay,
Yes,
so
he's showing weakness, but at the same time, that weakness can't be. It's you have to be a very elite fighter to catch him. It ain't
man,
gonna be no easy task to catch
listen.
him.
If
The
you
way he was
try,
running, and especially if you find out especially when I find out he a right-handed fighter, find
listen,
out southpaw, he was
listen,
exiting from the right side, from the left side, ducking, holding,
let
pivoting.
me ask
He
you a
did
question.
every escape plan. That's
Let me
not
ask
gonna
you
be
another
no
question.
easy 1-2 to catch that dude.
Look, let me ask you another question. Why was the ring so big for him to move around in?
Huh?
Why was the ring so big?
When you
That
the
was
A side,
I
you can
understand
make
that.
it.
No, I understand that, but that was to his advantage to slide back and get away, right? He ain't moved left and right. He dipped straight back. He had all that room, and then he would turn and pivot, get back, turn and pivot. He ain't go
You
straight
like a
back. He ain't
90
try
by
to dip.
90.
I'm just
and
saying
Yeah,
the ring makes a
it's kind of
difference
low
too.
reaching right now though.
I ain't reaching nothing. Listen, the ring makes a difference too. And I'm not saying that was an excuse. What I'm saying is he knew what kind of fighter he had. And he knew he needed to create as much distance between him and that left hand as possible.
a big dog Willie and John Nori. The one thing I do got to say, what I saw too, he's not as accurate as I thought neither. So all that he was missing a lot too himself. We not going to leave that part out that I saw last night neither. He was missing a lot of punches himself last night. And Edwin De Los
Hey, you know
Santos
something?
ain't the best defensive fighter at the division. So this is what
Hey,
I'm
I'm gonna tell
talking
you
about.
what I noticed, right? I sat back and looked it over. If Shakur was to fight Tank right, I think the fight will be a little bit different, but I feel like Shakur gonna be on his. He gonna be like Karen Cougar dodging. I'm gonna feel like that. Tank's gonna be chasing him the whole time,
Yep.
and that shit gonna be a boring ass fight, dog. Like for real.
Yep.
Like I feel like
That's
Tank will
yeah,
probably get a chance to hit. I,
it
I
will
feel
be.
like Tank will probably get about 5 or 6 shots each round because Shakur, he's gonna stay the hell away from him. And Tank is brilliant, but damn,
Mhm.
if a person coming there on defense mode, not trying to fight, hey, a person can always
It's a
kind of
tough
save
night.
himself. But with Tank, it's gonna be a smaller ring. It ain't gonna be no 90 by 90. You feel what I'm saying? Might
Right.
be like 45 by 60 or something like. It's not gonna be like that. But like I said, he would try to grab Tank. He would try to damn move out the way, but
That,
it
and
won't
that
be
was
just
my
a
next
straight
point.
So I
domination.
mean, that's just what I'm saying. Injury or no injury, the dude didn't fight well last night. We all
Oh,
got that down. He didn't fight well. But I'm
oh,
not going to sit there. Hold on. I'm not going to sit there and just be like, oh, he can't do this. He can't do that. He can't do this. He can't do that. He didn't fight well last night. Injury of no injury. He didn't fight like last night well.
all right.
So I mean, all this speculation about what's going on, or what did he have an injury, or he's scared, or whatever you guys were saying. Yeah, I admit right now he doesn't look well for Tank. I admit that. But for him, for you to put him like at a lower level, like with the rest of the competition at 135, get out of here. Get out of here
I
with
didn't say
that.
he was at the
Shakur
level.
Well,
Stevenson is
you
a
said you
very
said he's
What I'm
proved
saying
though.
is
Proved is lower level.
no.
Shakur Stevenson is a very good defensive fighter,
I did
nothing
not say.
more, nothing less,
Let me
bro.
finish. Okay, I'm sorry. What I'm saying is, and it doesn't matter how you perceive it or how you accept it. What I'm saying is that's what he made himself look like to the competition. I didn't say he was food for anybody. I didn't say he can't beat anybody. I didn't say he can run the table and beat Tank. Never said those things. I'm saying his performance made people say ooh and ah. It raised eyebrows. Bottom line, and that if anybody can debate that, you please welcome. But that's not going to happen. Now another thing I noticed, and if anybody can tell me that I'm wrong on this, how many he was trying to get De Los Santos out of his comfort zone? Did we not see the forearms and the elbows coming out and the clinches?
I agree. I agree with
He
that.
was trying to get him out of his comfort zone. And every time when De Los Santos did it, he tried to call it out to the ref because De Los Santos was getting every time he got in close, he grabbed him and then he would throw something cheap in. He was trying to get him out of his comfort zone. So anybody that stoops to those tactics right there, B Hop, shout out to Philly. But anybody that comes out to those tactics just shows you that they have some type of fear in them and they didn't want no part of that fight. I don't care. He was in that press conference talking crazy. He was telling everybody on the internet he was going to knock this dude out and he was going to do what he had to do, supporting uh, K right now. He said all these things and he did not show up. So when you don't show up and you say these things, what do people do? Because when it was Devin Haney doing this, everybody said, "Oh, David Haney looked terrible." When it was Earl Spence and he lost, or Earl Spence didn't show up. But now Shakur didn't show up, and all the fans of Shakur are saying, well, it was just a bad night. Everybody has a bad night. And right now, Shakur's bad night came off the smack he was talking prior to the fight, and he didn't back it up, and he showed that he was not the fighter that we thought he was. Regardless of how you look at it, he has to show us in the next fight. End the story. I'm done.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm
Yeah,
not
Sean.
saying
Yeah,
I'm not saying your preferences are wrong. All I'm saying is you're convoluting two issues. Devin and Tank, those hyping up that fight, and when Devin got hurt against what's his name, that showed vulnerability. What happened with Shakur is the reason these fighters are taunting him is because he's been calling all these guys out, and now they have the reason to not want to fight them, to not want to engage any talk with him because he's a boring fight, which is what a lot of these guys been saying. That's why they're taunting him. They're not taunting him because they think they can beat him. If after you done told me all these tactics that he uses in the ring, that's not an easy fight for anybody.
Nobody else been hurt in the fight. It's only Devin that got hurt. Chin chat.
But it don't matter about who else got hurt. It's
But that's
about
my
Devin showing that vulnerability. That's the point I'm making.
A lot of
The
people.
the vulnerability that Shakur showed is that he possibly isn't a big time fighter because he's not willing to take risks. That don't mean he can get beat by anybody.
So if he's willing to take risk, that's more entertaining for a man that they've been calling a guy that runs away than a person that's supposed to be. I'm gonna stand here in front of you. I learned how to do that every time they call me out since Nakathia. I've been out here standing in front of people. What y'all think about my last 4 fights? What happened? He did the same thing.
You're not wrong about that.
Okay,
But that
so
don't mean you can beat him though.
Man, shout out to my guy Bullet.
I'm so glad we didn't get the Devin Haney Shakur Stevenson fight because I want to watch boxing, not take a nap.
listen, we might have seen.
And that's the whole point. See, that's the point.
Now
That's
I
what
got
that
Kato's
it.
was
right
a
about.
boring ass fight.
See,
That fight was a hella boring.
Shakur has to fight that narrative now. That's what he has to fight.
Devin might have got a KO. The way that
Hey,
went.
hold on. You know what I'm saying? KO already know it. See, I was just sitting back chilling. You know what I'm saying? KO had to throw that out there, throw the little jab.
Damn quiet, man. Talk some shit, man.
All right, first off, I'm gonna say respect to everybody on the panel. You already know how I rock, how I get off first. You know, respect to everybody that's on the panel, regardless of our opinion. I kind of like this energy of KO going at the Shakur fans. You know, I've been waiting for this for a minute, man. It's kind of beautiful to me. You know what I'm saying? I like seeing KO, you know, how John Noy riled up and wanna, oh no, but K can't do this, man. Shut up.
Bro, I go with
Go
everybody.
ahead and push this fight. Push this fight.
I'm here giving your God praise,
No,
and you're
no,
gonna take
no,
a cheap
no,
shot
no,
at
no,
me.
no, John.
Go ahead,
Bro,
Bullet.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna go there.
Look, hold on, John. No, but you know, of course, you know, I'm just being sarcastic. I'm not gonna take no shots at either guy. I'm not gonna take no shots at either guy. You know what I'm saying? But I know what I've seen. You know, but when it's time for me to start talking, you know, sir, I'm waiting for people to start, you know, going at my guy. Then you know, we can move however you want to move. Because from what I know, is Devin Haney would thrash Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis right now.
Man,
Know what I'm saying? But we're gonna take care of Regis. We finna hold on. We finna take care of Regis. December 9th. All the people in the chat sitting there. Devin better do this. When he whooped Regis. No. KO. You know I'm from Florida, bro. I already told you that's how I talk. You know that's just how I talk, man.
Hey, Bullet,
When
and I had
Devin
to
Haney
turn
beat
it up
Regis.
to you, bro. God damn. And I apologize to your ass. And you gonna sit up there and
Nah,
say
you
your
already
man
know.
gonna get his head knocked off fucking with you. I know what I saw last night, okay?
Hey,
Go ahead.
Nah, but look though, when I'm gonna focus on Devin versus Regis right now because I see people in the chat. Oh, that don't mean Devin can whoop Shakur. It don't. It don't mean Tank will beat Shakur. I want to see the fight. I just wanted other people to push that fight as well. They just kept trying to push Devin versus Shakur like Shakur is not a threat for Tank as well. I just want to see them push the other fights. But now that I see both fan bases are separating now, you know what I'm saying, and talking smack to each other, now it could be a 3-way rather than a 2 versus 1. Because that's what y'all was doing.
Hey, Bullet, do you think that Shakur Stevenson could
Devin
beat
put
Tank
himself
Davis?
into the shit though. Devin's the worst. Bullet. Devin
Man, I don't hear
talked
that
the
big
most
dog.
shit out of everybody.
Nah. Shakur talk crazy.
He
No,
talk crazy,
Devin
bro.
talks.
He
I
Devin
need
talk crazy.
talks.
Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, if they ever catch this shit, I need both of them to listen to me good. Stop saying y'all gonna whoop a motherfucker ass, y'all gonna beat somebody ass, y'all gonna do this. Just say I'm gonna go get the win. That's all they need to say. I'm gonna go try to win. They need to quit saying they gonna whoop people ass, bro. They gotta
Hell,
quit this shit, bro.
Devin broke somebody's face before. That's all I know. Shakur ain't never
Hey,
broke nobody's
Oh,
face.
here we go.
hey, Bullet,
That's
from
all.
what you
That's all I
saw
do know.
last night,
Hey,
do
Loma
you?
didn't look like he was taking no pillow fist that night either.
Hey, Bullet,
Yeah, I'm
from what
trying
you
to
Hold,
tell
saw
you.
last night, Bullet,
hold,
do you think that Shakur Stevenson could beat Tank Davis? Yes or no, bro?
Honestly, I don't. On some real talk, John, because you remember I said I ain't watching that first, but then I watched it. And I do like the sweet science of boxing. Now we talking about real fighting, like getting out there, me fighting somebody on the streets. We brawling. What I'm saying, I'm grabbing, slamming, all that stuff there. That's that. But when we talking about boxing, Shakur has the ability and the footwork to tap and to tap Tank and get out the way. Now, eventually, Tank gonna close the distance. That's what I want to see. What happened then? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Honestly speaking, I don't. But Shakur put on a great performance in terms of defensive. Man, he
Hey,
was doing some good stuff in terms of defenses.
hold
The
on,
only thing I didn't like
Bullet,
is
hold
what
on one,
KO saying.
hold
He
on one
didn't
second.
counter.
Get the super chat out the way
Yeah,
real
go
quick.
ahead.
Shout out to my guy Shafar Hall with the $5. He said, appreciate the rich upper echelon. No doubt, bro. No doubt. Get y'all rest up before we hit 4,000. King Von, salute, King. Go ahead, Bullet.
Yeah,
Hey,
what I
I'm
was
about to
saying.
get
The
out of
only
here.
thing,
Oh, go ahead. I'm about to get out of
the
here.
only
Salute
thing.
to all you
All right,
guys,
big
man.
dog. Take it easy, bro.
All right.
shout out, big
Enjoy
dog.
your
Thank you
day,
for coming
bro.
through.
Yes, sir. The only thing
Bullet,
I
go
didn't
ahead
like
and
though that
Bullet, go ahead and land your plane, and then afterwards, Aunt McQueen, he just got up here. Shout out to you, Aunt
Yeah,
McQueen. Go ahead and cook. Go ahead, Bullet.
yeah.
The only thing I didn't like was Shakur had plenty of opportunities to land a counter. Like after he made Edwin spin around in circles, throwing misses and stuff, he had him against the corner. He supposed to tee it off on him. I know you cautious of the power, but at some point you got to start. Like I know Devin Haney gonna be throwing. I don't care what nobody say. Devin Haney would have been tagging Edwin, regardless if y'all feel like he got no power or not. He would have been popping his behind up. That's what I do know. But go ahead.
Aunt McQueen, welcome to the panel, King. Go ahead and cook. Shout out to Aunt McQueen,
Going
man.
on, Key. Shout out to the rest of the panel. My guy Upper,
What's up,
KO.
man?
But
Salute,
yeah,
King. Salute.
I heard somebody say something about the accuracy of Shakur. I think one thing that you got to take into account is De Los Santos was very well prepared. I don't know how many of y'all saw that blood, sweat, and tears, but De Los Santos is his coach when they were watching that Jamel Herring fight. He pointed out something to him. He said every time he goes to step, that's when he's gonna fire the jab. And if you
Mm-hmm.
go watch and look, every time De Los Santos slipped a punch, it was because he was waiting for him to take that step into the jab. Once those lead feet are aligned, Shakur is either looking to throw something or he's looking to defend. And I felt like that also kept De Los Santos somewhat hesitant too, because there were times where Shakur was stepping and De Los Santos wouldn't do anything. As
Facts.
far as that arm injury, I think there could be some legitimacy to it because yeah, we referenced the Nakatela fight, but at least in that fight we seen him throw his left hand, and we saw the way this dude mopped up Burchell. So the guy clearly has some power, and it wasn't the same type of performance that we saw last night. Like yeah, he was wary of the power, he was vigilant, but it wasn't to that extent. Like he was still throwing shots, even with Yoshino. Yoshino just got finished mopping up. What's the guy's name?
The Nakatani dude, bro.
Knock
Nakatani. And then Shakur was still picking shots, throwing in between occasionally, throwing that left hand. So yeah, I think that there's something there. But by the same token, it's like, you put up that type of performance, you're gonna understand that scrutiny and criticism are gonna come with that. As far as how he deals with Tank, I don't know. I feel like some of us we kind of shortchange Tank a little bit because Tank is a
absolutely we
tremendous
do.
boxer. He just happens to have power. And Paulie Maldonado said it earlier, and he said it perfectly on Pro Box. He said that Tank is not an exciting fighter. And what he meant by that was he's not a guy that's just coming in there and just pressing you out, brawling, throwing punches. Tank is a tremendous boxer who just happens to pack a hell of a punch. You'll see this dude coming in there with the lead hand control. His foot placement is on point. He's pivoting, changing angles. He's doing all that stuff. But we look at the results and we don't look at the setup, like KO alluded to earlier. Yo, I just made like a casualized version of the Barrios fight. And if you
Hold on.
notice something,
And hold on 1 second. Shout out to my girl Foxy Brown in the building with the $5 no holler. Salute to the panel. Thank you, Foxy.
Shout out.
All right, go ahead. And shout out to my
I just want
guy.
to say this one thing.
Hold on. And shout out to my guy Big Shaq, the guy with the $9.99 special.
Shout out.
He says
That's love.
Stevenson, the most exciting fight will be versus Haney. They both throw hands, no fear of power. Facts.
Possibly.
All right,
I can't
go
disagree
ahead.
with that.
Go ahead.
But the thing with Tank though is Tank is not just a counterpuncher. So one of the brothers said that earlier. Like he's a counterpuncher. Like nah, he can create openings too. When he dropped Barrios in the 8th round of that fight, it wasn't off of a counter. It was off of a setup. It was a series of feints. And he noticed one thing. And like I said before, I rewatched that fight earlier this week and made a little casualized version of it, slowing down the exchanges, the foot face, the level changes. He noticed in the 2nd round when he changed levels that Barrios, when he was pulling straight back out, he was dropping his lead hand. He noticed that in the 2nd round, but didn't throw that overhand right until the 8th round. So to me, that shows a guy that has an incredible deal of patience and IQ to be able to pick up on something like that so early on the fight. But instead of just like, hey, let me throw this out there, not.
What happened? Did he cut out? Oh, and he was
He was
cooking.
cooking too
Oh no,
hard.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Yeah,
But what I was
Bullet
saying
tried to
was
block him or something.
Tank is the dude.
Go ahead, Aunt. Well, I think something happened with Aunt. Do anybody have anything to cook on what he said?
I just want to say this, Key. Shakur Stevenson and y'all guys, this is why y'all don't sell, bro. I don't want to hear it no more. I hope you really understand. Like, this is what we're talking about, my guy. This is why y'all don't sell.
Vegas, boy. They were booing like hell, especially
You
after
hear
that
me,
night.
Upper? They was booing like this is why, y'all. Devin got booed at the Loma fight. You got booed tonight, and then y'all want to be mad at Gervonta Davis because everybody else comes to his fight. It's the reason it's a separation. In a minute that y'all just admit that and deal with that, we could get further on with making these fights happen. But all this capping, like I keep telling y'all, knockout to tell you, I've been telling everybody this. Tank is at the apex of the sport. This is why. This is prime example of why. Because I go in there and do it. Tank, he don't throw a lot of punches, but when he do, he make it count. When it's time to turn up the heat, you know he got, like he did Leo Santa Cruz, like he did Pedraza. When Pedraza had him in a chokehold, hitting him all in the back of his head, you clearly seen him make a switch. Oh, all right, we not boxing no more. I'm trying to take your head off. Shakur, man, you said Edwin De Los Santos and Shakur. I don't want to hear y'all run your mouth about what y'all going to do no more. Neither one of y'all. Because Edwin De Los Santos, you, as soon as you realized you couldn't just go in there and do what you wanted to do, you started lunging like Michael Jackson. Shakur Stevenson, as soon as you felt that man power and knew that if I get clipped with one of these, because he got clipped a few times. You hear me? And that was with the right hand. That wasn't even with his left. Shakur Stevenson felt that power and did not want to engage. And there's no way you're going to convince me that you're going to want to engage with Gervonta Davis when it get down and dirty. He's not going to just sit back and allow, oh, you just throwing jabs. Oh, all right, here I come. Don't worry about it. Get a couple jabs off. I'm coming with body. Go ahead, get a couple jabs off, sir. Because I'm not none of these other guys you for it. As soon as you try to move, if I'm a left-handed fighter, as soon as he try to move to the left, I'm stepping right to the right. I'm coming right for you with something nasty, too.
Hell nah, Zulu.
I feel you on that. But the problem that the Tank fans are having is y'all trying to what's up, Upper?
Nah, Zulu, they had
Abdullah Mason and Emilio Vargas, they set the tone. They had
Yeah, they
the
did.
jumping. I think Emilio Vargas might have got the knockout of the year when he slid that man on his face. He face
You hear?
planted. And Abdullah Mason, he did that shit, like he threw that damn jab out there to hide his that overhand.
Oh
And he
my
made
God.
him crispy. I got both of those on my page in my YouTube shorts. I got both of them. They both got first round knockdowns, and then they both got a second round finish. And I got on the damn shorts page. That's the only way you can do it without getting copyright. So I got the whole thing on that thing. That thing's serious. If y'all
Hey,
want,
oh, sorry, Upper, go ahead.
not say if anybody want to see what happened, I got both of those up there. I've been doing videos on Abdullah Mason since he was 2-0. I've been telling people he was the truth, and now y'all see it. And what they don't realize, the man's only 19.
Mm-hmm.
Only 19. So when he does get all his grown man strength, man might be hitting like Tank out there. I don't know. That man knocking him out now. It's only gonna get stronger. But go ahead,
Yup.
King.
KO, I got a question for you. I seen your post, your community post, and if I'm wrong, then just tell me. Where you said, or it was some post where you had made, or I seen a comment where you said that both that these boys ain't got dog in them. They can't see Tank. Did you? So do you think that? Okay, we seen what Shakur did. Do you
Mhm.
think that Devin KO got the dog in them?
No, neither one of them. Listen, like I watch closely for risk averse fighters. Like fighters that just naturally fight in a way to just avoid getting hit
Mm-hmm.
at all costs. I don't like watching that. I don't think that that's gonna get you where you need to be at the highest level, like you special or something. Like at some point, you got to be willing to like, okay, man, like I might let you hit me with a little 1-2 because I'm really trying to slip that shit and get this shit that off that I know gonna change this whole motherfucking fight. And I just don't think like I know Tank do that shit. He got that shit in him. Devin and Shakur spend a whole fight, in my opinion, where they just so risk averse and they so goddamn cautious. When you fight like that, call me crazy. I think that shit for a reason. I think you doing that because it's something missing. It's something in you. You showing me that you don't want to fight. Fighting makes you uncomfortable. And at some point, you're gonna be uncomfortable in a fight. Somebody gonna be good enough. I seen the greats of the greats, you name them. I seen Andre Ward uncomfortable. I seen Floyd uncomfortable. Ray Leonard. So if I done seen these motherfuckers be uncomfortable before, I know Shakur and Devin gonna get uncomfortable. And then what you gonna do? Because you don't really want to fight for real. I don't think you got it in you. That's what I mean by that. I don't think they got that dog in them to do nothing with Tank. Because I know what happened. So if Devin is outboxing Tank and he's up 4 rounds to 1, 5 rounds to 2, and it's going into the 8th, Tank gonna put his high guard on and just say, fuck it, what's happening? If Shakur is outboxing Tank and doing them dirty, 7 rounds to 0, Tank gonna put that high guard on and say, what's happening? What's going on? Now, if Tank is teeing off on them, they're gonna go into an even bigger shed. If Tank is having success against them, they're gonna get even more cautious. They're gonna put their hands in their pocket even more.
Absolutely.
They ain't got that dog like that, bro. They don't. They have to be perfect. So if they fighting Tank Davis, they gotta go in that bitch and they really got a style on them to win. They ain't gonna be able to pull shit up out the mud. They gonna drown. They gonna be in quicksand. Tank is the one where like, all right, damn, bro, Devin outboxing him a little bit. Nigga, turn up. All right, here I come. He the only one out of them 3 we talking about right now. He the only one that got any chance to pull a victory off coming from behind. Them niggas that we talking about, his contemporaries, where some people favor Devin, some people favor Shakur, they gotta have a perfect fight and they gotta do that shit the whole time. They not gonna be able to come back from behind. You
At
literally,
all.
you literally can watch the fight, and if you see Tank catching Devin in the 4th or 5th round, the way he was catching Hector, no matter how much Bullet or Jay Grant Jr. or my other brothers as Devin Haney fans want to admit it, we all know that fight is over with.
No, we
If we
don't.
if we see Shakur
No, we
and
don't.
Tank fighting and Tank is teeing off on his ass in the 4th and 5th round, that fight over with, dog. That fight
We
fucking over.
don't. We don't know that. He ain't
I
Wilder.
know for a fact.
No, you
I know for a
don't.
fact that shit is gonna be over with, bro.
Let them
No, you
finish.
don't.
Let them finish,
Yes, I
y'all.
do.
I'm gonna let him finish, but you
Yes, I
don't know
do.
it's a fact.
Yes, I do. And I'd be willing to bet it. I don't know if you would though, but I'd be willing to bet it. Whereas if I see Shakur outboxing Tank or I see Devin outboxing Tank, he can still come back. It ain't over with yet. He drop a few rounds, he can still come back. It ain't over with yet. He's more complete with them than them, and he's really just more rugged than them, bro. And at the end of the day, that's what a fight gonna come down to when you got two people that can make each other do shit that they don't like to do. Where Tank can do shit to Shakur, like, nigga, you can't run around the ring on me like everybody else. I'm gonna cut you off sometime. He can do Devin like other niggas can't do Devin. Like, say, bro, you ain't finna just be jabbing and grabbing and running around the ring and pivoting and shit. Like, I can cut the ring off too. And so they can take shit away from Tank and he can take shit away from them. But when it come down to it and they got to get in that pocket or they get against them ropes or they get in that corner, they don't want no smoke, dog. And they fight like that. I'll end it with this. They all talk shit, right? We can all say, oh, man, these niggas got Twitter fingers. These niggas do this. I'm going to say it again. Of them three, when it come to talking the talk and walking the walk, only one of them actually fight how he talk. Only one of them actually get in that ring and fight how he talk. The other two talk the same way he do. They don't really fight like that for real, though. To me, that's the difference.
There's
John Nor,
another
you got your
difference.
rebuttal?
Yeah, there's another difference. I mean, Devin is fighting the guys. You can't just say you're gonna knock them out. That might not be enough. Somebody's gonna take Tank's punch. You're not gonna knock out everybody.
Hold on
And
one
if you
second.
give, if you
Hold on 1 second. Let me get this out
go
the way.
ahead up.
Shout out to my guy, Frequent Flyer with the $5 no holler. He said KO ain't keeping it real. Even in sparring, y'all claim Tank hurt Hanos, but what happened? Sturdy.
He talking to me. Devin was able to win the money, I guess is what happened. But I would ask you, in shape, 8-ounce gloves, not 16-ounce gloves, no headgear, fully focused in a real fight. That sparring shit don't mean nothing to me. I heard Brian Norman beat up Tank in sparring too. What y'all think will happen in a real fight? Y'all seen Brian Norman performance last night?
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
We
like,
talked about that too last night.
Yeah, we
KO,
talked
Brian
all day
Norman,
about that.
Tank will rock down Brian Norman.
Brian Norman apparently hurt Terrence Crawford in sparring too. What the fuck y'all think
Exactly.
happens in a real fight?
He
Yeah,
got power, and I don't think Tank is just gonna be walking through him either.
he said he hurt Terrence Crawford as well. I
Here's the
don't
thing. Here's the thing with Tank fans gotta understand. Just because you're the popular fighter doesn't mean you're the best fighter. Tank has earned his popularity. Yes, he can pick and choose now because of that popularity. Yes, that's fine. But that don't make you the best fighter. And especially when you're not fighting nobody to prepare you for the best fighters.
Bro, y'all
Zane
keep
said
saying
Tank
not fighting
small.
nobody. It's a
Hold on,
What you
hold
Cruz
on,
mean
is
by
hold
not
on,
a
that,
man.
bro?
nobody,
Hold
bro.
on,
He's
hold on. Zena said Tank being small is more credit to him. He not on snack to fight featherweights. And Dank Luke Kane said, let's imagine if Devin and Shakur fought guys their size for a change.
My thing is, y'all, they keep talking about Tank ain't fight nobody. Ryan Garcia is number one in one of them sanctioning bodies. He hasn't even fought there yet. Issa Cruz is damn near ranked top 5, top 3 in every sanctioning body in that weight division. So all this he ain't fight nobody shit. Hector Garcia is a hell of a fighter. First of all, nobody on Devin or Shakur resume could go to 140 and stop Mario Barrios. Not one. Not nobody, I'm going to repeat it again. Nobody on their resume could go to 140 and stop Mario Barrios. Not win the fight, stop him. Period.
Out, right? Tank has 5 people that he's done beat that are champions. You got Mario Barrios, you got Rolly Romero, you got Leo Santa Cruz, you got Hector Garcia, and there's one more. They're champions. After they done fought Tank, now they champions.
None of those fights prepare you for a Brian Norman Jr., a Dev, or a Shakur. And that's the
Brian
honest
Norman is
truth.
Brian
nothing.
Norman Jr. can't beat Barrios.
Nope.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. He might do it in an ugly way, but Barrios don't want none of that ugliness he about to
Man, you
bring to that
cannot beat
ring.
Barrios,
Barrios beats
bro.
the shit
All
out of
that lunging and shit that he be doing, that's Barrios don't want
Barrios
none of
wasn't
that.
lunging his last fight. He was
I'm
putting
talking
on a
about
body.
Brian Norman Jr. All that
Man,
pressure, he don't
that's
want
not
none
gonna
of
work,
that.
bro. That's not
He
Barrios
gonna
ain't.
work
beats the
for
shit
him.
out of Brian Norman. I'm just keeping it
You
real.
are
Brian Norman
smoking.
getting
Y'all
destroyed.
smoking. If you think he can beat
Well,
that
you
young
smoking that
bull,
scat pack then, bro. If you think
nah,
Brian
bro.
Norman gonna
I'm
beat
not
him.
playing favorites with none of y'all. He can't beat him. I don't care how ugly he fought Randall last night. He can't beat him.
Man,
All
look,
right,
Brian Norman been
man.
fighting cab drivers. He finally fought somebody that has some kind of skill, and we see what happened. The man smothered his own shots. Mario Barrios will hit that man with a barrage of shots and probably stop his little ass.
Like
You
real
out of
shit.
your mind. You think he can
And
stop
his
him? That
and
Name
ain't
his
somebody
coach
happening.
that
and
Brian
his
Norman
coach. To
beat.
be fair, John Norrie. To be fair, his coach,
Barrios could
his
barely
father
stop Ugas
didn't
old
even help
ass.
him
He ain't stopping
adapt.
him.
Brian Norman can't do nothing with Ugas. And we're gonna
That's
keep
a
it.
fact.
We not gonna act like Ugas. We not gonna act like Ugas ain't a former champ that retired Pacquiao. We not gonna act like that. We not
That's
gonna
his
act
best
like
win.
we not okay. He arguably beat Sean Porter, and look, he beat. That's not his best win. He beat Ray Robinson. He beat Omar Figueroa. Gave him his first loss. So let's not act like that now.
His
He beat
best
Ray
win's the older
Robinson. He beat
Pacquiao.
Ray Robinson that beat Terrence Crawford. He beat
No,
that man, and he
that's
also beat. Come on, bro. Now you not
Brian
yeah.
Norman cannot
now,
have a close fight
now
with
you
Keith
used to
Thurman
be
the way
objective, John Norrie, but
Barrios
now I
did.
see your
I'm,
biasness. I see where your
how am
biasness
I being
coming at,
biased
John
for
Norrie.
Brian Norman Jr. after he done
I
shit the bed
see,
last
I
night?
see your
I just don't think I
biasness.
don't think higher Barrios. I'm sorry. He ain't the man to
Okay,
me. He ain't all that.
okay. Barrios the one that went 12 rounds with Keith Thurman and arguably hurt him, and then
Yeah,
Barrios
Keith Thurman
destroyed
who's
his last two,
washed.
and then look destroyed his last two opponents after that.
Why his best wins are washed older fighters? You tell me that.
Okay, then what are Brian Norman's best wins?
Yeah,
That's my
like
whole point. I'm gonna take the more
Exactly.
athletic, the younger, more powerful fighter. Y'all gotta tell me
Okay,
Barrio going
Barrios is
gonna
more
do something
powerful.
with him.
Bro,
You're
Barrios
not
has
gonna do
power at
nothing with him.
147. John, you showing your biasness.
How am I biased for him?
I don't know.
I
You
just
tell
don't.
me.
You are showing bias for Barrios like he a world beater. He ain't no world
Man,
beater.
Barrios is a monster at 147, dude. Can
yeah, like
anybody
what
not
are
A,
you
know that?
a
talking like
monster for
Barrios?
who?
All right,
Who?
bro.
Who he gonna beat? That's gonna show you he a monster at
Okay, bro.
147.
I mean, the man's done showed
Cause
his
he beat
last 12
Ugas.
fights.
Cause Errol struggled with Ugas. Cause he didn't fight it for a whole year and
Okay, hey,
change.
hey, Key, you about ready? Look, even
I'm
that
just
people say
saying.
John Norrie discredited fighters because he don't like Tank. Exactly, Shavard.
I just
Exactly.
said he the popular guy, but I'm not falling for it.
I'm saying, no, can I
I'm
ask you
not
this
falling
though?
for it. Devin
Who
might
or
have a chin issue, but Devin is coming off a Loma into Regis. He's fighting the guys.
but
You gotta give
but
him
that wasn't
credit.
the question though, John Norrie. Nobody on their resume, Shakur Stevenson or goddamn Devin Haney, could go to 140 and stop Barrios. That's what I said
But
initially.
that's not the barometer for greatness. That's the barometer for popularity,
I'm saying that
knockouts.
that shows how good Tank is that he could go to 140, the weight division he don't fight in, and stop Barrios when nobody else on their resume you don't even think got a chance to do that.
Loma will stop Barrios if he comes
Man,
to
you're out your
135.
mind. You're
He
out
comes
your
to
mind.
135, he's stopping him.
I said at 140.
He barely fought at 140. Weight drain. Now, if you want to tell me a weight drain Barrios, yeah, Loma will stop
Bro,
him.
wait, he was fighting at 140, bro.
Loma will stop a weight drain Barrios. Yeah, I
140
think so.
at 140. Actually, he was a WBA champ at
Yeah,
140.
like
That's what I mean. They had a little weight
Loma
clause
would
and a little
not stop Mario
rehydration.
Barrios at
Hey,
If you
Dean,
put
we
140.
you
about
you
to
add that in there, yeah, Loma might stop him.
No,
look. We about to do
no.
our final thoughts. Dean, John, know you started off, man.
Sure thing. I ain't got no problem with Tank. I like Tank. I enjoy his fights, but I don't think he the best in the world, and that's okay because he ain't out here trying to do that. He trying to make his money, and give his fans what they want. That's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. And I know they're gonna have to come see Devin sooner or later because Dev is cornering the market. Shakur took himself out the race. Now it's Dev, and Dev's going to keep fighting these killers and keep raising his stock, and that O is going to gain more and more leverage. That O is going to get pricey taking that Devin O. So that 10% sound good on Twitter, but after he done got a two championships or so at 140, and you still fighting the lessers of the 135, that O is going to become pricey. So get to it, Tank. Have a good one. Upper chat panel. Great talk. And enjoy your weekend.
Oh, John, it's
All right.
always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure, John. You always gonna come with that heat.
Man, I just want to say I thank y'all for letting me come up here. Y'all just heard that malarkey. That's what I call it. That is malarkey. But at the end of the day, y'all, this is why these guys don't sell. And this is why they make it harder on themselves to not get the fights that they actually want. See, we always want to put it on the promotional companies and on the sanctioning bodies. When are we going to start holding these fighters accountable for their part in it? Because they play the biggest part in it. And you can't, just like John Norrie said, you can't say that that's not true because he said that Tank earned his popularity. Keyword earned. So, yeah, Y'all can't be talking about percentages you want. Devin talking about, oh, I should have gave this bum 10%. Tank said, well, that's what I'm going to give you. You can't argue it, bro, because this is why y'all don't sell. Y'all both of them got booed in y'all last fight. That's also a fact. Can y'all name me one Tank Davis fight y'all have ever heard boos? I holla at y'all. I appreciate it.
Shout out to you, Deem. And I want to say, Bullet in the chat, you stated that Tank is starving his fans. I highly disagree. He gave us 2 record-breaking shows this year, so nah, I highly disagree with that. But I want to thank everyone for coming through. Upper, you there? Upper?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Dank Lucane, Big Dose 513, my 3 favorite numbers. Frequent Flyer, Foxy Brown, shout out to you, Queen. Big Dose, I already said Big Dose. Zulu Lion, all things as always. Thank you, King. Bullet Gibson, child, Bullet. Shout out to you, King. You know it's all nothing but love. King Bonnie. Let me see who else is in the building. The Keggy, Aunt McQueen, KO, Deem. Who else was up here? We had so many. Big Shaq. Who else? It was so many people on this panel that was cooking. Shout out to y'all kings, man. My apologies if I don't remember y'all names. Oh, Ray Davis. Shout out to you, King. Shavon Hall, Foxy Brown, Big Shaq, the guy, Frequent Flyer. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you guys for coming through, talking this good boxing talk. Like we said, we're gonna be here, win, lose, or draw if we got our picks wrong. But I want to thank everybody for coming through. God bless you all, families. Upper, thank you for having me. God bless you and your family. Shout out to your queen, your wife, for lending you to us for a couple hours. I know it's hard, it's a dedication, but you make it look easy. And I'm out, y'all. See y'all next week.
And thank you, Keith, for your good show, and peace and bless to all y'all. And y'all know how we do this thing right here.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me a op, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to strike. And guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hit us, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army, assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split 'em. LN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops, Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. I got all those shit, nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get this pussy, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding.